We are podcasting today. This is another episode of something that literally doesn't have name. We are planning to talk about patch 1.10 and few additional topics. We are going to talk about Armored Core 6, maybe about Lords of the Fallen. We are going to see it. On the top left corner, we can see the squad. Chase, Lost, Oro, Prod, and there's supposed to be G, but he's sleeping. So that's kind of
might arise, right? So
yeah, maybe he gonna join at some point. But yeah, hi, welcome. I'm gonna start with a question to you all. Who is hating the changes and why?
So Oro, tell us why.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
okay, I guess you could have just said Ouroboros. Why do you hate everything? No, I don't.
No,
I
you
think
said a lot of good things on your stream from what I've seen.
Yeah, no, I generally think it's a great step in the right direction, but it hurt invaders, no doubt. I know a lot of you guys disagree with that.
No.
But
Yeah,
here,
you know, I'm gonna say I might agree in some ways. I think the people that played a lot of Dark Souls 3 are kind of used to getting blendered in that way where everything stuns them.
yeah,
So maybe that helps a little bit. I'm having, like me and Lost though, we're having like an easier time, but we play a lot too. So
that's true. I mean,
not the
I play a
average
lot
player,
too,
right?
but you play a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
more than I do. I think it's just a more matter of what flavor of Souls you guys enjoy, really.
yeah, like one was your favorite, right?
Hell no.
No?
Dark Souls 2.
For PvE,
Dark
For PvE, okay,
Souls 2, baby.
Two is
yeah,
your
Dark
favorite
Souls
PvP.
2. Dark Souls 2 is the best PvP. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
actually didn't
back
do a
to
lot of
topic.
streams.
Back to topic. The reason I sort of hate it is because for invaders, you know, every little thing will stun you. If you don't have like full bull goats and you know, bull goat talisman now, you know, you'll get stunned by a straight sword now while you're trying to like finish someone off.
Yeah, even with
but
Bulgo, that'll stun you too.
even with bull goats, it'll stun you, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. That sort of sucks. But in terms of 1v1, the variety is there. You know, you can use that one-handed straight sword now, and people have to respect it instead of just walking through it and beating your
Yeah.
ass with like a
That's what
way
we
better
love, I
trade.
think, yeah.
That's awesome. And the feeling that you can go into invasions with a higher variety of weapons too is awesome. I think
Yeah.
like I said, this patch is a step in the right direction because people just playing the game, not knowing about the PvP meta, they're going to be able to swing their weapons and they're going to be able to do okay, right? They're going to be able to do
Yeah.
all right. But before, if you swung, you know, a one-handed straight sword
Yeah,
at
good
someone,
luck.
you just get shit on. So
Yeah,
I like that.
I think the base.
that's how
I
I
agree.
feel.
The base is amazing. I like it overall, but I do agree. There's some like outlying things that are way too strong, where you get blendered too hard.
I think
I don't know, like
that's how I
in
feel.
invasions, that 3v1, a lot
Yeah.
of the times 3v1 is rough, and that's kind of why I didn't like one of the like early updates that kind of like halved everybody's damage, because I felt that only hurt
Oh, the burst helped you?
invaders.
Yeah.
I didn't like
I
that
was
either.
gonna ask that, like, if
When
you
you
guys
did
feel
a
like,
ton
would
of
Oh
you
my
rather
god,
lower
Prod,
or
you are
higher?
my
Yeah,
man!
yeah.
Holy shit, look at that! So you are actually, you think that the decrease in the time to kill, or sorry, increase in the time to kill, like actually hurt the game to some extent for invaders?
Yeah, I
Or, like,
definitely
1v3s,
because
I
for
could see
invaders
that, yeah.
only. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that actually. Would you guys rather like? I'm on the side that wants damage lowered because I like longer fights, but it will make fighting 1v3 harder because you can't burst kill a phantom
Lost
quick.
has such a good approach to it.
Did I?
Which one?
Oh God, I don't remember anything that we talked about at all. But let me let me see if I can
Ross just
remember
woke up.
this. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I think this patch did great. The return to kind of a pseudo Dark Souls 3 is great for me, but I also do appreciate now more what they did with the old system. I think that if we can get a little bit more of the old system mixed in, some passive poise for the more annoying weapons like thrusting swords. If you have an offhand thrusting sword, that
Yeah, that
poise
needs to be
damage is
lowered a bit, I agree.
halved, so
Yeah.
you can tank that stuff. I would very much like to see an increase in the damage from the regular attacks so that we see that more. And I,
100%. We talked about
yes.
that so much. Yeah.
and I would like a decrease in some of the
OP
Ashes of
Ashes
War.
Wars.
Can we
Yeah.
just talk about Moonveil and how that's a bitch?
I've hated
God,
that
yeah.
katana since the beginning of the game. I remember.
Don't touch it. Don't touch my face.
You go away. You and your stun beam of doom. That's like the gank weapon of choice.
Yeah, it's so
But
fucking
yeah, when
annoying.
it comes to invasions overall, I have feelings like it really depends on your playstyle. if you are like a guy that likes to stick to certain setup, then you're probably gonna have like way harder time nowadays than if you are, for
swapping
example,
up's a lot, for sure.
like swapping actually like got so much more important like right now, because just like as you said, you can just turn around, turn and burn with, let's say, standard what is called actually Stormhawk axe, you just even
Stormcaller kind of works the same now.
Cool.
It is cool.
It also uplays the statuses.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It'll bleed in like 3 to 4 hits depending on your arcane.
So
good.
like for
and the 3 first hits combo off L2. So yeah.
For the Faith builds, you have Black Flame Tornado that is kinda insane. Although it is a knowledge check, because if your opponent,
you can dodge it if you see it. But
you can dodge it consistently, but it really depends. Like the dodging ability of it really depends on the camera angle. At the moment
like
when
if
you
they're
get
hungry, aggressive, chasing you, and you turn a corner, boom,
it's actually kind of
It's pretty strong,
It's I actually talk about it before the podcast, so I'm gonna repeat myself though. My current problem is that because power stance spears are essentially the same, and they got kinda even stronger with this patch.
Yeah, because you can't poise it really.
We are ending up in situation when like you have dedicated gankers. It's freaking 8 spears all over fucking place. Like
even if you hyper armor trade it, you kind of lose the trade because of the spear talisman, right? Even if you use like a great sword or like anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there is I so far haven't found anything that could beat in trade power stance spears, and I am playing on the PC. Which means like
I'm still on the side that wants double weapons damage lowered. Does anybody else agree? Like dual wield still needs
100%.
lowered.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I actually
that would help it.
I wonder because like this is kind of funny. Like for example, the power stance great spears got like a nerf after nerf after nerf, but none of them was direct. Like all the nerfs was indirect. Firstly, status effects hurt, for example, dual Vikes. Like they essentially like made dual Vikes not efficient in the high latency fights and not really efficient in the low latency fights. You have the nerf to the jump attacks after all, which like jump attacks on the dual great spears. It was
great spears. Yeah,
it was such a huge thing.
It was strong.
And they nerfed it like a lot, and that also decreased efficiency. And now you have the patch that essentially removes ability to effectively set up the vortex, like for the
because they can just stun you with a quick hit. You mean?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So like like power stance great spears were getting like a weaker and weaker and weaker, and then power stance spears that were
they were just rising.
They were just getting better and better. And
it is. It would fix it overall if they. Oh, I know I'm coping here, but if they somehow fix the stat build up on roll, that would be. That'll never happen though. But
10 years, brother. That ain't happening.
So,
but this is a really interesting question here.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting question. This with the dual spears. I wouldn't mind if we could get some kind of anti-blender mode. I know that in For Honor, if you were attacked by 2 people, they had like a mechanic where you went into vengeance and you could do, you got a little bit of a boost. I don't think we need to
talked about that.
a new. I don't think they need to add that to Elden Ring, but maybe they could just passively reduce the damage if you get hit by multiple things.
Like multiple people.
Technically,
like imagine
it's called revenge.
People at once.
It's called revenge. It's not vengeance. It's called revenge.
You can't see me now, but I'm giving you the
though.
finger.
I'm giving you an applause because that's a great idea.
Oh,
it is.
That would be
I'm pretty sure they
great.
could code it easily, right? Like if 2 players hit you at the same time, let's say, or within like a half-second time frame, they just lower the damage a little bit in some way.
I wish you could just fucking roll away after a single hit like I thought we were going to be able to.
Like, well, Dark Souls 3 had like an anti-blender, but I think it was 3 stuns, right? You would take a stun from, on the 3rd one you got an instant escape. Here the damage is so high, no what. It's that 3rd one's still detrimental.
You're dead, dude. Two Ultra Great Swords hit you, you're out of here.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
they should definitely add it for 2 from 2 different players. It
And
would
all
help
the
a lot.
spam with spells and such, that's also
Yeah,
contributing.
that needs to not be stunning. Magic needs no poise damage.
Here's my biggest issue is that the spell spammers are real this patch, and with the barrier of gold nerf down to 20% damage reduction, down from 60, you can
what
just
a random
feel
thing, dude.
Oh, it's
feel
like
the hits.
terrible in Invasion.
That was
Who
so
asked
random.
for that?
The stars.
No
Okay,
one
okay.
asked for that.
No, here's the thing. People did ask for that, and even I asked for that. Because if you play a pure magic build,
Yeah, you're
and
getting
you have
know that
gankers
from
cast a single cast of Barrier of Gold on all 3 of them, you are fucked. It sucks.
Yep.
Oh yeah, like if a gank was prepared and they all because it does apply to your partners. so.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
60% damage that you're not doing to every
Yeah,
single one of
60
those
was
guys.
high.
It is
They
hard.
made it what 20 though? Like they
It is like
destroyed it.
way so I think they nerfed it a little too much because magic damage is super high and we need something to counter that, right?
Like the
Yeah.
damage is honestly the least thing that bothers me about Magic. What bothers me the most is the pressure that it applies. It's
Yeah.
essentially one button pressure tool, like usually, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you just it stales fights. It was the thing since the very beginning of Elden Ring. Always was complaining when it comes to Elden Ring about magic
Yeah, I mean,
being
even
just
for
badly
viewers,
designed.
Right? Yeah, like you got to dodge for like 5 minutes to drain their FP. You have like
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
ton of
it's
FP in Elden
awful,
Ring. It's
dude.
like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what
Awful.
helps too? Something that I noticed when I went back and played Dark Souls 3, that casting spells and Vestige and all the hard hitting things, they cost a lot of stamina. It does not in Elden Ring.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can just sit
throw
there
that all
going
day, dude.
forever. Yeah. They
No,
can up
the big-
that would help.
A new big issue is that now that there's not a lot of passive poise at all, you get stunned by every little comment that hits you. Like you will get stunned if you hit it. So that pressure, instead of like, okay, well maybe I can poise tank one and like finish someone off. Now every single hit will stun you. It will stop you. And you'll get comboed
Yeah.
into someone else's attack because there's 3 of them. So I hate it. I really hate that
Yeah,
aspect
that
of
was
this
like that
pattern.
in Dark Souls 3, yeah. That's why I always wish that. Like, I love that PvP, but fixing it would have been like the top tier weapons being nerfed
Yes.
in ways and magic not having stun like that.
A lot
yeah.
of these
Yep.
issues honestly coming from just the fact that by design these things are just like the Elden Ring by design is very spammy.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
like,
Even like
it's-
you can attack so much with stamina. that you
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Like it's recoveries are low, the attacks are fast and very like chainy. Let's call it that way. You can chain them into another's, and I think honestly, sadly, this is one of these things that we probably have to live with. I highly doubt because like they would, like some things are, for example, fact based off animations. Yeah, we can get back to this like dual spears. Just this move, like where
Yeah, like the L1.
your
yeah.
hands-
L1, baby.
yeah, your hands are essentially on the same, like, in the same position, like from the neutral. So it's the out of default, the dual spears are blended. It's hard to notice when the attack is going to start. And despite, for example, power stance, straight swords, starting at the frame 13 and 14, versus dual spears starting the attack at the frame 15, it's still harder to dodge dual spears just because of
Yeah,
this
because of
animation.
the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It blends way more than the actual attack of like the straight swords for
Yeah,
sure. They
yes.
go up and then down. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of, this is actually a kind of unfortunate thing. I'm not sure. Let Prot talk. Yeah, Prot.
I guess we kind of absorbed Boro's thing. here.
Hey,
He's telling
hey,
us
bro, how
anything
it
else,
is
Boro, that you
going?
dislike?
Nah, dude.
It was
No,
mostly
I'm
just,
good. I'm good. I'm
the
listening.
blendering.
I'm taking it all in.
He's also doing meth right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's just back from Vegas. So yeah,
He was living it up.
yeah, he's.
I do want to have one more thing. Is that because they turned the game into Dark Souls 3 PvP, which again I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think it is a step in the right direction.
You that actually, yeah. How did you feel like when Dark Souls 3 came out? Did you play it a lot less than the prior Souls games?
I sure did. I sure
you
did.
didn't like it
I
that
mean,
much, huh?
they really fucked Invaders in 3, but that's a whole nother thing. With the infinite seeds and infinite resummons. Like,
See,
it was
I guess
bad at the start.
That's Lost and I's first like big experience with it, so that's why it didn't feel as bad, I guess, as you. who
Yeah,
had-
mine too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Continue, Oro, because I want to add something
Yep.
to it.
Yep. So the point is that because a lot of these Ashes of War have like instant hyper armor, I feel like the patch didn't promote people to use like the normal movesets of weapons too much, because
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
you
to
bait
buff the
people
most.
into like these like almost like one frame hyper armor weapon arts instead, so it actually promotes even more weapon art usage, or even more weapon art spam than I thought,
the
because
strongest ones too, yeah.
that's the only way
Flaming Strike's
to-
crazy still.
to counter like people running at you with like a normal attack. So
Yeah,
I hate it. I actually don't like that. I think it's bad design just because of how strong weapon arts are in this game. I feel like they made people even gravitate towards spamming them even more now.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
the
how I
one
felt
big
in
burst.
PvP. That's how I felt in PvP so far, is just a lot of
think
people just going ape shit on the weapon arts, and it just feels a little spammy.
Lost and I talked about like a way to kind of balance that, like promote R1 more. Either you get a follow-up like Dark Souls 3's R1 R1, or you
That
have
would be
to,
awesome.
right? Because then you could poise through the Ash of War, and your follow-up R1 would be worth it. But right now, I get what you're saying. If you hyper armor traded it, you lost the trade anyway, so why do it, right?
Yeah, it's like a bad gamble, and a lot of the time.
Yeah. So the only thing they can do is either buff the R1 damage, or they get us stun long enough for the follow-up attack like they used to have. That would help it a lot.
I think just buffing the normal R1 hits of moves
Yeah,
and stuff
it
would be
would be the
better.
same
Obviously,
results.
not the dual wield stuff.
I'm actually
Yeah,
kind
like-
of curious where we are going to end up with the meta and so on. Everything essentially developing with that one hit thingy. Like the fact like
Yeah.
we have... And we're gonna see. Also, I have a question to Prod. Since
Yeah.
Prod is not playing that much of PvP like all of us do. Like he is like, doing the modding and so on. How do you feel about the patch? From the perspective of person that like kind of just jumps off and on the PvP.
I did come back to it. I've only done like one session of duels and invasions, but I really enjoyed the duels. It felt a lot like old school, like Dark Souls 3, especially with like hyper armor. Invasions started off rough until I started using Spin Slash. And, things that combo. So then
that's what
I
you have to
realized
do
like
right now.
you have
Yeah.
to you have to use one of those at this point, which is kind of annoying because there's like so many other things. Like coming from Dark Souls 3, you could use anything, and as long as you were decent, you could get kills. And it does
Yeah, I
not feel
that's
like that
something
at
that's
all in
so
this
true.
game.
Like Dark Souls 3's skill really carried hard. Obviously, there were some insane setups, but like for the most part, like you had a great time invading in Dark Souls 3, right? Like you.
Yeah,
ran
I
a
loved
lot,
it.
You used
I
everything.
played
yeah.
a ton, used every weapon, and in this game,
Yeah.
it feels like you kind of had to stick to the stronger stuff. If you use like weak things that seem like more fun, you kind of get punished for it a lot. It's always
Yeah.
3v1. You get
Yeah, that's
instant
also
stun
why
locked.
too. Yeah.
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 So it was good. I think the poise changes were nice, or like the hyper armor changes. I think a lot of things got nerfed or buffed way more than they should have when it comes to like spells doing poise damage.
that'd be
That
nice
was
to
just
do.
a pain in the ass for the first time that I hopped on there.
So I agree with you, Prod, in that Dark Souls 3 like dueling is like so good. Like the 1v1, I feel like that game is made around 1v1s, even though I know you guys love the invasions too. And yeah, I didn't have a problem with them, but I felt like this patch is geared towards like 1v1 duelists more than it is invaders. Like invaders are a total afterthought.
Yeah.
Coming from, I mainly invade. I know a lot of you guys do duels like a lot. How do you guys feel about the patch? Is it better for duels,
Oh, this
or did it
is-
fuck everything up?
Honestly, I think you're actually... That's such a shame G is sleeping, because I think G is the only one out of us that actually actively playing duels nowadays, because like...
Man.
since
Yeah, we just all invade.
Yeah, I essentially stopped playing duels after I stopped participating in the tournaments, because like the game just, stopped being fun, so I stopped participating in tourneys as well. And it was like for like a 4 or 5 months. I am planning like to come back to duels right now, but I am not here yet. So
And
So
look,
these poise
and
changes
look- and
made it
look,
more fun for you though, Steel, right? Like you've been enjoying invasions a little bit more now.
So for me, I love changes. Like it doesn't matter, like I am big fan of fucking chaos. The fact like I'm playing game for 2,000 hours and then it's getting fucking flipped upside down. I fucking
you gotta relearn it.
Yeah, I love it. I love when I have to relearn the games anew. No matter if that's Elden Ring, fucking Dark Souls 2. That we had the same in Dark Souls 2, by the way. Like at some point we had like a huge fucking patch that changed the game completely. Like I just like it. So for me, I
enjoy most of it. Yeah.
I do not even try to really compare to like, oh my god, the game is so shit now and it was so good in the past. No, like nothing like that. I am not even trying to compare because like this is essentially Elden Ring 2.0. This is completely new experience. We don't fucking know yet like how the meta is really going to develop. Like people just like have certain guesses. Some of them are correct, some of them are not. We are actually we're gonna have to wait probably like a month to have like a full picture.
See what comes out of it.
Yeah.
But you have to try everything first in general.
Exactly.
As far as,
I feel like
duels go, right? As far as duels go, I don't really care. I need to take on 2 big sweaty men, or else it's not worth it to me.
Yeah, it's not fun for you
Content.
unless there's a lot of men, huh?
Yeah, yes.
One dog piling on you, huh? Okay.
Absolutely. I want.
I will agree, though. I will agree that when it comes to content, invasions are just so much more fun for
So
content.
this patch
way
made-
more fun.
You know what's cool about this? It actually, I feel like this game was meant to be played this way from the beginning. Because if you look at the Ash of Wars, Spinning Slash, Storm Assault, all the ones that actually combo now, like they had to have that in mind because otherwise they're useless, right? So like,
Yeah.
Yep. Like
Yeah,
Sword
what I
Dance.
like.
Sword Dance became like a fucking top tier from being dog shit.
Yeah,
For
like
once.
they were useless. You could poise so many of them. It was like I didn't like before that you needed a certain poise for it to be optimal, and most things didn't stun. Otherwise, yeah, like you said, like a single straight sword, useless. Like trying to think of other things that have changed.
Yeah,
but I-
more
I don't think so.
variety and like the stuff you can use is always good. And the fact that they made those like stuff that didn't combo before combo every time, like very consistently, is awesome. I do love that too.
Yeah, not
but
just a patch for damage lowering on the Ash of Wars.
But-
I'm with you though.
the best thing about this patch, hands down, is the fact that I get to put my bull goats away.
Yeah, you don't have to use
True,
it. There's a
yeah.
choice to be made. It helps. Like Lost and I tested a bunch of hyper armor, and even like the rolling attack on, let's say, the Claymore, you can poise through a great hammer if you have 93 poise and the
That's
bull goats.
insane.
So there's
It's still
benefits
good,
to it,
but
yeah, it's situational.
It felt
You have the hyper
mandatory
armor
before.
trait.
It
Yeah,
felt mandatory
definitely,
before.
yeah.
I felt like
Definitely it
in
was.
Every single build, no matter what, if you're PvPing in any capacity, you needed a certain
yeah.
poise breaks.
Boys, that
For
100%.
sure.
Yep.
You just get
You
bullied
needed
by,
to hit like
anything.
81 poise, 69 poise at least. You know, like
Nice.
there's certain break points you needed to get. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, always.
But now I feel like I'm free from this mortal coil that was the poise meta. You know, I do like that. I can make my characters look however I want, and that's how it should be.
Like let's make it clear. Poise is still fundamental mechanic in the game. You cannot just say fuck it. Like you know, I
you
have
just don't need the bull goat for like,
Yeah.
well, unless you want to tank the offhand thrusting sword. But I feel like they're gonna lower that, or they at least should, because that's the one thing holding back the like fashion overall.
there
I
is
would say.
overall offhand bullshittery, dude. Like there is a lot of it. Clean Dot, for example, like on the first hit it's 108,
108,
and
the second.
on the second it's half of it. But if
No,
you are
no,
in
it's
the
not.
if you have the weapon in the offhand,
offhand, yeah.
yep, it's the same volume. Like
And you know what's super weird? The third hit is where it gets halved.
yeah, the
It's
30,
108, 108, and then half, and then back to 108. So it's like
I'm guessing
that's
bug.
weird.
overall.
Yeah, they gotta-
They forgot it.
Overall,
Yeah.
offhand is fucked all over the place. Like, for example, weapons that have normally hyper armor only on the two hands, they have hyper armor in the offhand.
Like the lance.
Yeah, like the lance,
Yeah.
like halberds, halberd like offhand with, for example, you know, like something like I wanted to say washing pole. How the fuck it's called in this game?
Dark Souls
Nagakiba.
3.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
it's in like Nagakiba main hand. It's pretty good setup, and you can have literal like hyper armor on that offhand weapon. It's so
It is interesting that
yeah.
some have it in the offhand, yeah. I tested. Lance doesn't even have it one-handed in the right hand, right? It's only left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
colossal
Yeah, we tested that.
swords and weapons have hyper armor in the one hand. Everything else
Yeah,
doesn't. Like
except for
unless-
the overlooked offhand ones, which is so interesting. It is weird though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that on purpose. I feel like they couldn't have.
All right. You know what? Like maybe just kind of in the regards of the patch 1.10, since I think like the patch notes, those were like 11 lines, but those
I
are
know,
like
it
the
changed so much.
most impactful 11 lines I have seen like ever. And
Yeah, I know. When I saw they actually made poise changes, I was like, wait a second.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
Typical FromSoft, dude.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, no big deal. Just change some poise
maybe
stuff.
maybe let's just go like through every single of us and just talk briefly what you think about the patch, like as the summary. Like maybe starting from, I'm gonna go with the list from the bottom to the top, like with prod, starting with with prod. Like what do you think about the summary overall in comparison to the past? It is like positive change, negative, you like the game more, you like it less, and this is where we might actually finish the topic of the patch.
Right. I think I think it's better because I like you said, I like the change up of everything. So now a lot of people have to learn new things, but I do think that there are still quite a few things they need to kind of work on, and I hope they do it quickly and don't wait like 4 months to do a big patch for a bunch of things. Like the offhand S stock is just way too strong, and like the pokey weapons offhand are just way too strong. But overall, I think like it's pretty good for the future, especially that DLC.
So you think this is like some sort of the milestone? You hope so, and like from now on.
I hope so. Like another starting point, like you said, like Elden Ring 2.0, and hopefully just keep working off of this.
This is, by the way, how it's called.
They'll change it again.
This is basically how the application version is called. It's literally called
there you
2.0
go. Yeah.
in the application files. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
hopefully
they'll
keep working off of
That's
that.
nice. Okay, I'm happy about that actually. Yeah, I was hoping they wouldn't revert this.
All right. So that's it. Yeah. Essentially, lots of hope on the potential future.
Mm-hmm.
All
Some
right.
good potential.
All right. Oro, what you think?
So, personal bias aside, I think it's a great patch. I think actually this is a step in the right direction for everyone playing the game. However, the obvious, complaints from invaders such as myself, like Barrier of Gold nerf, like affecting us so much, we get hit by 7,000 projectiles in the back, we're just dead instantly. It sucks. All the little poise changes, I personally don't enjoy, like, rushing someone down, trying to finish them off, and then two people swinging at me with straight swords. I get stun locked by every little hit. That shit's annoying. Passive poise was nice for that. However, the 1v1 is really good, and I think, again, this is a positive change in the right direction for more variety in the game. You can actually swing your one-handed straight sword or dagger and stun someone. You don't have to worry about getting out-traded and annihilated. So overall, I do like it, but it feels like a whole reset of Elden Ring, like we said. They were close. It felt like they were close to balancing the game like really well for once, and now we're back to square one. Yeah, it did feel like we were getting close to something that resembled a balanced game, and now it's like the whole damn thing is flipped
like,
over again, and we got to restart.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. That's about
Any
that.
hopes for the future?
I hope, yeah, like you said, they do some nerfs to all the pokey spam, because right now it's like, why not use something with infinite range and like 2-second recovery? Like, it's dumb.
Okay. Lost?
If you think about it, this entire patch is quite astonishing because they were going in one direction and then they completely switched it up, and now they went in this direction. And I love this direction. By far, I think this is where it should be going, but don't get it twisted. I understand that this, as it stands right now, the game is probably less balanced than it was before. But I think we have a great fundament right now, a great foundation to build upon. And I also I'm very certain that FromSoft is aware of this, and that they will be giving us more patches very soon, because they're seeing what works and what don't works. Because you have to expect that with such a huge change, it's gonna break something. I agree, we need less spam and less damage on some of the L2s, and more damage and more utility for the basic moves, so that we get more variety. As far as some hopes for the future, so this is my main request here, and it might sound stupid, but I want infinite hyper armor on the kick. I just want infinite
Yeah,
hyper armor on the
yeah.
kick.
Honestly,
I would love that.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
It'd be cool.
I would love that. I want all guard counters to get more hyper armor. They do have hyper armor, but they have the lowest amount of hyper armor, where all of your poise is multiplied by 0.5.
Half, right?
Yeah.
It's half, yeah.
So I think they should give them just a lot more, because you want to trade with a guard counter, or at very least maybe make them quicker so they can catch the panic roll, stuff like that. Do something about the
It
magic
would be so
spam.
good though, because the kick is actually doing the true combo now. So like,
Yeah, I know. Kick.
Yeah. So even
Yeah, so
like,
you like hyper armor through an attack and get an R1 follow
Yeah.
up. I don't think you'd win the trade that much, but you would a little bit. for
Yeah.
the
It
most
would
part,
be
I think.
funny.
Yeah.
It would be so funny.
I think I'd like it too. It's so slow, but you could hyper armor with it.
but
Dude,
I mean, that's
I
basically
ra-
what Storm Stomp is.
I ran up to a guy who was running a flail. It was the boss to stars, and he used the weapon knot, and then I just kicked him out of it, and he fell off the ledge. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, you told me you Spartan kicked him.
Yeah, I would also love it if
Funny.
they did something with dual axes and dual hammers, because that's
Oh, yeah,
that's
they're
just
we are not
pain.
talking about this.
They definitely need hyper armor. You can say what you want about the other dual weapons, but axes and hammers, they are still suffering, man. And
Yeah, I don't use dual wield axes on, so yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, there is one axe that doesn't. Ripple blade.
oh yeah,
You put the sleep grease on that, and you're like, yeah, I'm swinging, yay! It's
you know,
fucking-
to be
last
honest,
thing-
those were just a mistake in general.
yeah, like the
the last
freaking-
thing I want
yeah.
to say, though, the last thing that Ouroboros touched me over, revenge mode for getting hit by multiple opponents. Just less damage. I think that
Yeah,
would
like
be
not really
great.
like a mode, right? Just if they hit you multiple times, it just
Yeah,
lowers their
yeah.
damage.
Don't add a new mechanic as much as it is just adding some tweak the stats a bit.
Yeah, like smacked by two people at once, a little lower damage. That would help blenders a lot, for sure.
All right, Chase.
I guess mine's kind of not a surprise. I love most of it. I think I'm with you guys on lowering damage on like the high damaging Ashavors, because now things like spinning slash combo, and I enjoy that. Don't get me wrong, but like on bleed builds and stuff, you get instant bleed from 3 procs, so it's pretty strong. Lowering some of that would be good. Lowering poise damage on like the off stock. Balancing. I'm trying to think of things that might need. I'd like natural attacks buffed, like R1's. A reason to use it for hyper armor would be good through Ashavors, like we talked about. Overall, though, this is the best base. Like, this is what I wish it was from launch, because they would have built off this, instead of switching it up midway and
Agreed.
confusing people that have never played this kind of game.
You didn't
So it
like
does-
20 iframes BHS?
I didn't even, like, I could see why they would add that, and it's very cool. And I guess it did benefit from, like, dodging spam, but at the same time, and, like, when you're trying to chase someone down, it was so infinite, You couldn't really do it, so I do enjoy the changes to that now. With, like, nerfs to magic, poise damage, some magic damage overall for sure. Like ganks full of just dragon breath are never fun. You know what I mean? If it didn't stun you, it wouldn't be as bad. But the damage is still pretty high.
At least if you
Yeah.
if you they would be in some sort of state that
Yeah.
allows you to like throw one dagger and they always gonna get staggered of it or something like that. But no, they
Yeah, like something from range. Yeah, they don't though. You have to get in there close. So like when you're standing mid range, your choice is either try to escape, and get stunned a little bit, or like run in, hit them. But there's a group of 3 of them, so it's like, yeah, that spells a problem still. Trying to think of other things, but overall, no, definitely, I prefer it more now than I did before the patch by quite a drastic amount. Personally, I have a much better time invading.
Amen.
Yeah, but that's just because we have the Dark Souls 3 brain, I guess. We just enjoy that.
And this is actually quite funny because for me, like the patch, like people from Dark Souls 3 see a lot of Dark Souls 3. Actually, Oro, do you see like that much of Dark Souls 3 in this patch? Because honestly, for me, I kind of see like a little bit of, when it comes to poise, it feels more familiar to me with Dark Souls 2 in some aspects. When it comes to the effective gameplay.
Man, I definitely feel like it's more Dark Souls 3 than anything, but
You feel like Dark Souls 3, I see. Like
Yeah.
for me, like the play against Dagger offhand, which is currently meta in Dark Souls 2. It feels it feels more familiar than with Dark Souls 3. But yeah, like it is like maybe to be honest, I haven't played in a while, like so maybe I'm just mixing things up.
Since all of you guys actually like different Souls games as your favorite, did you enjoy the R1 from Dark Souls 3? Did you like that?
I mean, like we had it in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Did you though? Dark
Yeah,
Souls
of
2,
course.
People always
Oh, God,
love my
yeah.
favorite
Oh,
R1. Really?
dude, 2 hits? Get off it, dude. What 2 hits? You are doing the fucking running attack into the power stand swap, into the R1, into the off dagger hit, and then like follow up with the R2.
Oh no, I'm
into
just talking
follow
about
up
standard
R2.
like light to light though. Like that didn't combo.
No, like
from
it
all.
did. Yeah, it actually did combo. You had like always to hit combos in Dark Souls 2, and yeah, like Dark Souls 2. Like Dark Souls 2 is so loved by many that like stayed with the game because, for
I guess
example,
I never really did much with Dark Souls 2.
like Dark
How
Souls.
about you, Lost? Did you love it?
I honestly didn't play all that much standard Dark Souls 2 PvP. I used to play in the Rat Covenant and use that to my
Oh my
advantage.
god.
I only
used
did
to-
like duels on the bridge, so I don't know.
Man.
Two just
I-
felt really slow to me when I go back to it. It
I
just feels
dressed up
really,
as
like, so
NPCs
slow.
and hid. That's what I did.
That was your first trolling attempt.
Yeah, did good.
Oh, I
Typical.
was a giant noob in Dark Souls 2. All I did was spam curse swords. It was like my first PvP experience. So.
That's
That was
amazing.
my first two. My first build was the God. I even forget the name of the giant colossal sword that was scaling off dark. Crypt sword.
Crypt Black Sword.
Crypt Black Sword.
Yeah, I used that. Yeah, that was like my first build ever in that game.
But yeah, like
I
Dark
don't know what
Souls,
that
Dark
is.
Souls 2 on the foundations is insane, because like you have like a lot of the questionable decisions. You have like soul memory, you have like the adaptability, agility, and so on.
I hate. Oh yeah, they had adaptability.
all
I
of that
forgot.
is questionable. What I wanted to
Yeah.
say before is Dark Souls 2 is loved by many because they did right fucking recoveries. And
Oh
stamina
yeah,
management.
things were easily punished. I guess that's where it dives
Like-
into. I find it a lot slower.
Last
which makes
time
sense.
I played like Dark Souls 2, like for example 2 months ago, after kind of rage quit from Elden Ring, after like another 300 ms gamer was like rolling from
Yeah, you
here
need
to
to
Narnia.
leave PC Steel. I watched you stream and I was like, oh man, I feel so bad now.
Yeah,
you gotta
it's-
join the PlayStation.
It's I'm gonna.
I was with you up
point,
until
yeah.
literally 2 weeks ago. I was feeling the pain of like the bad connections, but I switched and it's like drastically different. It's insane.
It's when it comes to Dark Souls 2, I am capable of roll catching and punishing 300 ms plus gamers. Like this is such a different world to live in. Just because,
Yeah.
like, in Dark Souls 2, if you are going to do roll 4 times, you are out of the stamina. You have like below 20%, which means that your another roll is going to be slower. And essentially, you can just like catch on the player. If they are going to go on the negative stamina, if they are going to move out of the entire like their stamina bar, they are fucking done. Like you cannot do that. Like stamina management is so important in that game. On top of that,
Yeah, you cannot spam as much.
yeah. On top of
I've
that,
noticed that by far.
like Dark Souls 2 is it just feels so different. It feels so nice. It's like the high latency doesn't matter that much. I don't know. It's for me. It's
I get the love
yeah.
for it, I guess. Yeah, I can understand that part of it. I just
Yeah.
don't like the slowness of it, I guess. 3 was my favorite because it was probably my first that I dived heavily into, so I'm a bit biased, I guess.
Yeah, like it's.
I'm used to the speed of it.
So maybe I'm actually going to end the topic of the patch 1.10 like with what I think and what I would like to have in the future.
I think overall most of us like it as a base, though, right? Even you like the base of
Yeah.
it. You just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
I think it's great.
It's
cool.
it's absolutely fantastic. I personally have so much fun with essentially everything right now, and I'm still learning. It's I got like a big brain comment like on the YouTube that I memorized very, very well. Someone said that if you won't learn this patch in 1 day, then you are a scrub. So I guess I am. I
That
guess
man must be using everything in 24 hours.
Yeah, I guess I am a
Jeez.
scrub because it's more like more than 10 days now. Yeah, since the release of the
Yeah.
patch, and I still barely know anything. I play this game every single day. I'm still learning. I'm still having fun, discovering new things, discovering new strats, discovering like new ways to lower the poise damage for some sort of the poise traps and so on. It's so much fun. I absolutely love it. But I need 2 things in the oncoming patches. 3. First of all, fucking PS spears, for fuck's sake. God fucking damn it. Can I stop having 8 fucking spears per invasion? Like, dude, 8! It would be 12 if they would increase the fucking like.
Oh yeah, I want to add that too. 6 players would be appreciated. Just that's one wish I have.
And like the actually second thing is actually rework of the matchmaking and so on. That includes 6-player limit. That includes Taunter's Tongue rework. Who thought that's a good idea?
This might be a weird one, but I think the game would greatly benefit from Taunter's Tongue removal. Complete removal. Like still give it priority to people who summon a phantom, like they would be higher up on the charts to be invaded, but like Taunter's Tongue is just so like all consuming of invasions. Like you'll barely get even like the groups compared to someone Taunter Tonguing, you know what I mean?
I mean, it prioritizes people Taunter Tonguing like legitimately.
Yeah, by a lot. So it's like new invaders will always like get into ganks and then they think it's unfair and it kind of promotes them to not try invading, whereas if it just invaded the co-op groups at the very least, it'd be a better time for them. And then, you know, maybe solo invaders. I don't like invading solo players personally, but like I could see how it keep the longevity of invasions there if you just allowed it but gave them the least priority.
Suffer.
So like give it a chart on how many summons are summoned, you know, or like I don't know. I just think Taunter's Tongue was a bad choice for Elden Ring, where you don't get a co-invader unless they allow you, you know, especially for the new players. They're just gonna have a terrible time.
Yeah. Well, and the third and the last thing is it's something that is not as big of an issue on consoles. It's bigger issue on PC.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to touch on that too. It's like I played PC until 2 weeks ago. Like I finally finished all my builds on PlayStation and got home and played on it. And you invade like far lower, like just dedicated clear worlds with ganks. In my personal experience.
I was about to say, what level are you guys invading at? Getting so many ganks, like. I very rarely
PC,
get
that's all you get,
like,
bro. You get
dedicated ganks.
No,
really?
I'm going mostly meta. Around meta, like 137. I'm going, so I'm invading
that's
meta.
all I do. I know I don't have a 60 or anything. I do meta, and all you really get, you get some co-op groups on PC, but a lot of them, like I'll recognize the player in different videos that I make on PC. It's always,
I was recording earlier today, and I got a fair amount of that.
It's the same meta on PlayStation 2, honestly.
Really?
But
for me, it's not. I only play meta on PlayStation, and I have not run into the same player once.
Really, I have.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing meta, actually. I'm up at 200 now.
Really? Yeah, true. You
It's
get more
fun.
variety, I guess.
It's way more
run
fun.
into the same player on like 138 PlayStation.
But yeah, like back to the thingy. I really need these guys to finally look at networking on like, you know, how the connection is handled. Some sort of
For the PC, yeah.
Not even PC, like consoles too, technically. Yeah, that some sort of the ping filter. Like it's no matter what, it's always better to play on the lower ping than on the higher ping. Even on the console, I still see situation like even though it's way less prominent than on PC, I still see people just missing roll catches that's supposed to be fucking hit.
Yeah, a ping filter would help dramatically. But
Yeah,
PlayStation does have region matchmaking. I can't summon Lost if I have my region matchmaking off.
Like I heard so it's working, but it's working apparently
I don't know how well.
Sometimes and so on. Like I can tell on PC, I would show it, but I'm just gonna tell you. So there is a possibility to turn on the logs on Steam. Like you can turn on the console and see what type of the parameters, commands, and so on being sent and sent back to you through the Steamworks servers and so on. On PC, there is literally no parameters that are responsible for any regional matchmaking. You have on Steam 2 parameters. One is responsible for straight up region matchmaking. Another one is responsible for making the list of the players that you can connect to first, and then choosing the one that is closest to you. None of that is in works on Elden Ring PC. So yeah, like
you could definitely feel that.
and on top of that, what is also this is kind of like for now, like it's not very well documented, but like prominent like but Amir actually figured out recently that PC literally have almost double latency, because the packages on PC for whatever reason are actually delayed. And this is another thing that is kind of ridiculous. It's essentially that means that the reason why PC feels more laggy than console is mostly because of that. And on top of that,
it doubles the latency. Yeah.
On top of that, if you play PvP on seamless co-op is utilizing different way of packaging apparently, or something like that. I am not the network guy, but like this is what I heard from people that are actually more of a network guy. And it seems like it just bless you. And
thank you.
And yeah, ultimately, like for example, when I am playing against my buddies from California, for example, I have around 200 ping to them, like around 200 ms. On seamless co-op, I have no problem roll catching them, whereas on vanilla, when they double roll, it is literally impossible.
Yeah,
like
it essentially boosts them to like 350 or 400, right?
Yeah, it's like literally like it's just PC barely fucking works. Like like this is actually ridiculous.
That's why like I had to. I was like, oh man, everything is bad. It doesn't even look like a fight either. You know, you're just kind of waiting for them to actually get the packet damage.
Yep.
Half the time, and it just kind of destroys the experience.
Yeah. Like I have my sessions on PC where I just like do nothing but meld. And
yeah, because like what can you do? Like it's like man, you know you play, you know you time things right, but it doesn't matter if they just double roll everything.
Yeah, and it's a shame because Elden Ring on the low latency is beautiful. Like this game,
amazing when you finally get a good connection.
Yeah, like
on PC specifically, because
like,
you get better input delay. It's just better.
Like spacing on in Elden Ring with the jump attacks, with the crouch attacks, you have so many ways to go around the active hitbox of your opponent and just like do some sort of amazing micro spacing. It just feels so nice in this game. Like
but when the connection's nice.
Yeah, and that's actually I had a recently situation, very memorable one, that after 3 hours of garbage connection straight, I met a guy with 20 ping to me. And
it's game changing.
The fight lasted 5 seconds. I got too excited. And
compared to like if they it's like what do I do? Poison them? Like oh my god! Like it's tough times.
I just started like I was roll catching everything. It felt so it felt amazing, but like I need more of that experience.
I promise you, if you do go on PS5, it's better, like a lot better.
Yeah,
you will enjoy it.
So. When it comes to PlayStation, I will definitely get there after Armored Core 6.
Yeah, that comes out soon. It's in like 20 days.
That is
Armored Core.
Listen, wait. Only you was on the thingy, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, like you're gonna be the main guy. Listen, since you are the person that never going to die in Armored Core as you are God Gamer, that's your words.
That's what I said.
All right, tell us some spicy stuff, because I think like everyone's seen already like the videos. Like tell us some spicy shit.
Spicy?
Yes.
About Armored Core?
Yes, something
like just
some secrets.
Secrets? Well, okay, well I have a secret. The main producer for Armored Core, or director I should say, worked on the combat for Sekiro. Ooh. And lots of other stuff, including the Soul series. And his favorite game is Street Fighter 6, and he plays Chun-Li in it.
Okay.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
All right, so
don't tell anyone. That's a spicy secret.
Okay, so that's a spicy.
It has nothing to do with Armored Core besides the developer. But it's true.
Besides,
I have never played that game, but I watched so many Street Fighter 6 videos about Yuri and her
her feet.
Yeah, on different websites, not on YouTube.
Well, both really. Yeah.
Oh no.
But that's
Well, actually, here's a question to that then, Oro. When it comes out, do you think you would continue maining Armored Core or go mostly back to Elden Ring eventually?
Dude, if I could play Armored Core and get as many people as I do for Elden Ring, I would play Armored Core forever. I'm sorry.
oh my god.
Okay.
I
But you think
love Armored
view-wise-
Core. I was an Armored Core fan
Such
long
a
before
statement, bruh.
Demon Souls even came out.
Damn.
Okay.
That's cool though. But
That's-
like, you still think
I
that
love
Elden Ring will
this
get you better
series.
views?
Holy
Yeah.
shit. I would
Yeah.
never go with such a ham statement. Holy fuck.
Armored Core. I know Armored Core. I love Armored Core. I'm obsessed with mecha.
A full mech enjoyer.
Armored Core is very near and dear to me. Like 4 and 4 Ants are like some of my favorite games of all time.
Makes sense then.
But the longevity I worry about for people playing Armored Core 6, and I'm also worried that people are going to go into it. New players are going to go into it, and it's not going to be what they expect. It's not a Souls game. It's Armored Core. You know,
it's almost guaranteed,
Yeah.
honestly.
totally different game. If you haven't played any of the Armored Cores, you're in for a treat. You're going to love it, but it's just different. It's not.
Yeah, it
It's
didn't
not
look at all
Souls-like
like a
at all.
Souls game to me. To be
Yeah, it's
honest.
not
No,
Souls-like
it's
at
more
all.
gun game oriented. You're tracking.
Exactly,
You're,
exactly.
That's what I
Exactly.
hope. That's what I hope because I've never played a game, an Armored Core game before, and I'm really looking for something different to like throw myself into. And Armored Core seems like a ticket, man.
It's
Yeah.
so
I'm
good.
definitely
It
gonna
is
play through
super
it,
fun.
Test it out.
I really hope.
I'm excited for the PvP, but I'm also worried about it. I think that's my biggest thing is that I'm worried about the PvP.
Have you seen the PvP leak?
What league?
Leak.
No.
So there is a PvP leak apparently. There is like a PvP match. That is just like kind of flying here and there on internets. And
Really?
yeah. So Alto apparently it's like against AI. Like you have like PvP setting, but
Oh, that's the arena, dude.
Yeah, arena bullshit
Someone
heavy, yeah.
someone accidentally uploaded that bit. Yeah, the arena's not quite PvP, but it is going to be what PvP is like.
yeah, that's my point. Yeah, so it's looking good, Imo.
Yeah.
I played only one Armored Core game. Right now, I'm planning to play second, which is going to be fifth. I played fourth for answer. I absolutely fucking love Armored Core 4. It felt for me like I would get back to Dark Souls 1 to the freaking Undead Berg, trying to figure out mechanics of the game for 3 hours straight. I was sitting on the test mode and I was doing 180s. I was cranking these 180s for an entire night, trying to adapt to the mechanics. It was amazing. And I have the one thing that I am worried about is that I actually was streaming part of my experience with Armored Core 4, and people couldn't keep up with the speed. People had hard time understanding what the hell is going on. And
Yeah.
my biggest hope for Armored Core 6 was that this thingy would be more accessible. So people wouldn't actually get a motion sickness out of watching the gameplay. And it seems like it is actually the case. It seems like the camera is kind of not dragging to the side so much from what I have seen. But since you have experienced it firsthand, Oro, what you think about it? Do you think it is actually more accessible than, for example, Armored Core 4? Or
Oh,
rather,
100%. They slowed the game down, but it's still fast. It's it's the perfect speed now for people to view and not be like, what the fuck is happening,
Okay.
I think there will be high speed mechs that maybe emulate that same issue, but I don't think average gameplay is going to look like that now.
Okay, so this is actually the thing. Lock-on. Fucking lock-on.
Oh yeah,
Talk to us about lock-on.
a hot topic right now in Armored Core 6, if you guys don't know, is that it has hard lock-on like the Souls games, right? And that's nothing new for Armored Core series, but this one is different because this one, it doesn't look like you can break it at all. And people are currently trying to figure out, okay, can we break this lock-on? Has anyone ever broken lock-on with anybody? Because PvP is going to go down to, okay, you see each other, you lock on, you
just
press the
shoot.
trigger, and that's it. You just hold both triggers, shoot. Obviously, more than that, you have to dodge stuff. But
Yeah.
it's a big concern, right? Is just not being able to, or not having to aim. You know, in these games, aiming is a big deal. You know, getting your lock on back to people, even aiming on them just for a second and relocking was a part of the skill expression in the game. And now they've sort of taken that away, and people are a little concerned.
I am going to mention quickly what Oros said about that it is nothing new. It's because in Armored Core series we have a reticle on the screen that is like appearing and disappearing depending on your how that's called, like mech parts that you have, and like some of them, for example, works in the like certain mech parts allows you to lock on your opponent, lock on in quotation because it is just reticle that appears on the screen, like faster, slower, depending on the distance, and so on and so forth. So you had some sort of the lock on the opponent's character, but not in the meaning that you are clicking the button and then you stay locked on all the time like it is in the Souls games. It was more like the thing that you had to adjust for in the gameplay by positioning yourself and so on and so forth. So like right now, like here is a thing though. I heard that in one of the tooltips it says that hard lock-on has lower accuracy.
Yes, so that was my big point in my video, is that they said that, yeah, it has lower accuracy, but now I talked with the Vadi Vidyas, and he said that he might think that tooltip isn't entirely accurate. It might be like a translation thing, and I was like, oh shit, you know, you might be right. Like we gotta really have a look at gameplay and like test it, you know?
Because yeah, like honestly, like it could be very interesting if lock-on in actual PvP gameplay would be used more for the sake of to adjust aiming onto your opponent, but you still would prefer to break the lock-on and have that mobile reticle.
Yes,
for better accuracy.
That's sort of what the old PvP is like, you know.
So
yeah, it's just weird. It's just really weird. I'm very, very, very worried about that part of the game, but we'll see. We'll see. I think no matter what, it's going to be a blast. It will be fun.
So you feel like you also like you was the only one, I think, that was heavily focusing on the multiplayer in your questions.
Oh god, yeah. I asked only multiplayer questions to the developers. It was funny.
Yeah, it seems like they sadly are like, oh, we kind of do that at second hand, yeah.
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 No,
that sucks, honestly.
It's definitely, they said their main focus is going to be single player, so us PvP boys are going to be sort of out of luck, I think. But it'll still be fun. They have 1v1s and 3v3s.
Like, I've never played, but yeah, it'll be fun to test out, and the playthrough looks really cool as well.
Yeah, I feel bad right now because like I know a lot of you guys like don't have anything to talk about with Armored Core 6. So do you guys have any input on the series or what you're most excited about?
Well, I can jump in here because I have been paying somewhat of attention to Armored Core because I am really excited. But like as a streamer, one of the reasons why I really appreciate Invasions and Dark Souls and Elden Ring is because the ebb and flow of combat allows for, all right, now we're in a fight. I can withdraw, take a breather, talk to my audience, re-engage. There's a moment of calm, there's a moment of intensity, and that's why I don't play in the arena, because the arena is like 5 minutes of just insane craziness, and I get exhausted. So would that be the case in Armored Core?
Okay, so to answer your question, basically 1v1 fights, I'm assuming, are going to be like they were before, which is like a single elimination thing, and I think they even said that. Don't quote me on that because I might be misremembering.
I'm writing this down.
Yeah, so that'll be just how it is in Elden Ring when you queue up for a 1v1. You win or you lose, that's it. You GG re and then move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But for the 3v3s, they said it's a little more chill. It's score based. So it is probably going to be on a timer. It is probably going to be just like Elden Ring, where you go in with 3 buds, you whoop some ass. Whoever gets the highest like score, the game ends, and then that team wins, and that's sort of it.
How about...
But I don't think it's going to be. There might be a score limit. There might be a score limit, so the games might not last for like those 5 minutes, 10 minutes that you said.
how about for challenge runs then? Because that's something I've been thinking of getting into.
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that because yeah, there's something that I discovered is that you can with a certain upgrade you can drop your weapons on the ground, and you were always able to do that in the previous Armored Core, but in this one you need like a specific upgrade to drop your weapons and throw them on the ground. But after you do that, I realized that you can actually punch stuff with like your fists. You can actually punch stuff.
Oh.
So there's going to be punch only playthroughs 100% for sure. And you can unequip your weapons and just, you don't have to drop anything. You just won't have anything. You just go in and just punch everything, all the robots and all the enemies and bosses to death. And it does like no damage, and it's going to be horrible. I can't wait.
Oh, sounds sweet in a terrible way.
All right. Like,
But yeah, anyone else?
I might actually so that leaderboards bullshittery.
Oh yeah.
Do you know
you must have
anything
heard my
more?
question then.
Yes, I do. So maybe explaining to everyone else. Oro
Yeah.
asked the question about like any sort of the leaderboards and so on, like in the PvP, if we are going to have something like that, ranked whatever thingy. And unlike to the other questions, as it was mostly no, we focus single player mostly, and you guys get like 1v1s and 3v3s and fuck off. To the question about leaderboards, they said, well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And
yeah.
Do you know anything more besides,
I've been waiting. It's almost 2 weeks until release, and there's been no new information about that. So
okay, so
I'm
don't
thinking
know anything,
I don't know anything, but I think the lack of information says more than it needs to.
Okay, I see.
Like it's almost guaranteed to be ranked 1v1s.
Okay, so Hopium is here. I see.
Can I romance any of the mechs?
I wish, man. You can make a pink one and put hearts on it, and then
I'll definitely do
romance it.
Oh, there's some good customizing, like color-wise. Interesting.
Oh my god, the
Dude,
customization
dude.
is next level. In this one too, it's even
better. It's even better.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
It's
doing
so
albino
cool. You can
mask on
change-
my mech 100%.
You can change like the colors of each individual piece. There's like 3 different parts of each piece. You can change the metal, the weathering. You can put patterns. You can put your decals anywhere you want on it. So you can like paint your mech in like any way you want. It's insane. People are gonna have the most craziest custom mechs ever, and being able to see them online is gonna be the most fun.
Wow. I actually customization is something that I didn't dig too much in the other games
I didn't
yet,
think about that either. That'll be fun.
because I want to focus all my energy to on the gameplay for now. I don't want to get distracted, but the moment like AC6 is going to hit the market, I know that I'm gonna what's going to happen? I'm gonna be streaming for like, for example, 4 hours, 6 hours a day. I'm gonna making a YouTube video out of stuff, some sort of the highlights, and then on top of that, when the video is gonna be rendering, I'm probably gonna be sitting in the garage and just modifying my mech. I am almost certain it's going to be the thing. Like, oh, Oro, I know. 120 FPS native.
Oh,
Tell me more about that. Did you actually experience it, or guys, you actually couldn't? You couldn't.
No, we did all the
my
rigs.
God.
I'm almost positive we're 120 FPS
Holy
on PC.
shit.
On PC, of course. PC. I don't know if it's going to be the option on PS5 or any of the consoles, but on PC,
Are you all
man, it
gonna
looked
get it
good.
on PC then?
That looked good.
And the game
I would be
didn't
worried.
crash?
No crashes, no nothing. It
Holy
actually felt like a really good PC port from FromSoft, which is so weird. Especially after Elden Ring was such a damn disaster on PC. But my biggest concern, again, for PC, Chase, I know you said you were going to get it on PC, and it might seem like the obvious choice, but for multiplayer, FromSoft is known to not care. So you might run into a lot of cheaters, right? That's my biggest concern, especially with ranked mode now. There's going to be even more reason for people to cheat. So I'm worried about that. I'm going to stick to PS5 personally, but
I was thinking I'd play it on
PC
keyboard, to be honest. So
I
that's
mean,
why I was
PC is
thinking PC.
PC is going to look better. It's going to have the option to play with whatever peripheral you want. You can put a
Yeah.
hoary fucking joystick. You can go ape shit with this game. Like, it's
Honestly,
gonna be
that's
good.
the reason I even stuck with PC so long for Elden Ring. Just recordings and quality of stuff are so much better. But yeah,
Yeah.
console has a better
I would
playing
say-
experience.
I totally agree with you.
What we're
Yeah.
probably going to have is we all probably gonna be running the cheat engine on the PC for the sake
Yeah.
of to counter cheaters. Because this
Yeah.
is,
Oh, you think it's gonna be that common?
oh no
Damn.
no, like it's without a doubt it's going to be like this.
Without a
unless-
doubt, it's gonna be cheated.
Like, yeah,
Day
it's-
one.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like we are used to it. I mean, like at least I and Oro, like we used to at
Every
least,
single
yeah,
game. dude.
yeah. It's like using the cheat engine to protect ourselves from cheaters is like just a thing. It's like
Yeah, it's something I never even really had to do with Dark Souls 3 because at one point they had the anti-cheat that Luke made, right? So I never really had to.
yeah.
But I've seen it used and I've used it for mods. Like we do those like unlock summon limit things. But yeah, somehow I didn't run into that many cheaters for being on PC all these years. Only like a few.
Hey, well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I
lucky
guess I'm
boy.
just lucky in some ways. Yeah.
But yeah,
You also don't stream. Well, you do stream on YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe Twitch
I'm
just
actually-
attracts more of the people. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe Twitch is just a bunch of degenerates and they go stream snipe on there more. I don't know.
It is definitely still the more popular stream site. So yeah, I could see that actually being a thing if they want to get a reaction from a streamer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like completely different type of the community, yeah. Like on YouTube, you get such a wide spread of people. It's kind of also more of a, let's call it quote unquote normie site, yeah. And all the degens are actually sitting on Twitch, mostly. So yeah,
True.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I started actually out on Twitch before I made my YouTube, but then like YouTube it just seemed nice that my VODs stayed there, and you guys upload your VODs like you're doing now, or I don't know. It was
Yeah.
so convenient, honestly. For
It's just
YouTube.
so many extra steps for us.
Yeah, and I agree.
Depending.
Faster streaming on YouTube, oddly enough. Well, that was like 6 years ago now, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
Like there is technically that export tool on Twitch, but
On Twitch. Yeah.
I had a VOD channel for a moment, and it got banned because I clicked export once, and it uploaded 10 fucking same videos,
What?
and
Oh, no.
I got banned for spamming, and it took probably like 3 weeks to get unbanned. I got
Oh
unbanned.
my god.
And all the traffic of the channel was gone.
Oh.
And but it was such a long time ago. It was a while ago, yeah, before Elden Ring and
Yeah.
so on. And so I like, okay, whatever. I'm not doing
yeah. At
that
that
again.
point, you're just like, oh man, I either got to start from zero again or just not.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
it was secondary channel anyway, only for the votes here, like kind of like Oro did, like recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough, man. Like with these fucking like third party tools, how the fuck? Like I'm not sure. You guys, probably Oro is the only one that remembers, but back in 2014, how the fuck Twitch managed to convince YouTube to have on-screen notifications about live streams on Twitch?
I
Like,
did wonder that.
holy shit!
Oh, they had that.
That's like a
yeah, that was
straight-
before I
yeah,
ever
they-
started making content.
Yeah.
if you was
Damn.
live, there was a pop-up sliding from the left side, not even the small one. There was a relatively big pop-up sliding from the left side saying that the guy that you're just watching is live on Twitch.
Damn.
It
That must have been
wa-
before they considered them like real competition
That was actually
or something.
Yeah, at some point they just fucking removed that. Like,
Yeah, they were like,
"No,
wait a
this-
minute, what are we doing?
what are we
Why are we
fucking
having
doing?
streamers here? Yeah. That's actually funny.
But
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
like back in the days, the reason why I started uploading on YouTube back in 2014, it was just I was uploading like from time to time just some sort of the highlight of some sort of very nice play in the invasion or something like that. But
I feel like that's how it always starts. Like I didn't even
yeah.
like consider doing YouTube. Like I don't know if you did back then, if you uploaded randomly, but I didn't consider doing it like constantly until a while after uploading.
Yeah, I kind of wanted, I always wanted to do something like that with some sort of the schedule, but I had absolutely dumb mentality that like every another video or even the highlight supposed to be better than the other one. So
Yeah,
I
that's
put
fair.
the standards very, very high, and ultimately I wasn't uploading anything. So I never actually ran with the YouTube channel until release of Elden Ring, and holy fuck, it was such a mistake. People like,
Yeah, it doesn't tell you though that it like promotes you, uploading scheduled. It helps a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
And YouTube doesn't really give you that info, so that's fair.
Yep. But yeah, anyway, overall, yeah, Twitch is sometimes absolute pain. But yeah, when it comes to Armored Core, like getting back to the topic of Armored Core, maybe like a finishing prod, you are very silent. You are not interested in Armored Core?
No, I am. I'm sorry. It's because I've been muting my mic and coughing like crazy because I'm sick.
No.
Oh,
That's
That's
my
Feel
bad.
fair.
better, man.
Yeah,
got a phlegmy
I'm
throat,
so
I'm with
fucking
you.
excited for Armored Core. Like Lost, I want to jump into something completely new, and Armored Core, I can't wait to like dive deep into that because I'm into all the like the shooters and stuff like that. So, like
I play Fortnite.
super excited.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and Lost with his Fortnite, so or Chase with his Fortnite.
I made lost
but
by
I'm
once,
excited
though,
for
but
it.
we won.
Oh my god.
We did actually play. We did win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won our first couple games. Yeah. I stayed
like
with Fortnite
Fortnite?
since then. I do play.
We like
it a lot.
Fortnite, we
I
like
see you
Fortnite.
on there. Don't lie.
Ouroboros is the
sneaks on
biggest
there
fan
sometimes.
of
Dude, I'm-
Fortnite. Man.
Actually, see me in season 4 OG Omega with the lights. All right.
That's the skin you rock.
Yeah.
That was a good season though. It was fun.
Oh god.
I haven't
Fortnite
played.
podcast.
I haven't
Yeah.
played Fortnite in ages, dude. I really
good time.
really enjoyed the game, but at some point I just stopped playing.
Yeah, you
Same.
kind of commit to like one thing. Like yeah, Dark Souls and stuff definitely took over for me.
I just
I
hate
just play
fucking
with
building,
friends.
man.
I love
Oh,
the building. What the
Wait,
hell?
wait. The Fortnite is perfect for you then right now because there is entire mode called
Oh, the no build.
No
Bill,
Building.
Bill,
yeah.
baby.
That's
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah, I'm also not gonna do that.
Okay. I see how it is. Man,
Not a
I
real
love
Fortnite
this
gamer.
game, but I'm never going to play it. Classic. I have no idea how many times I have heard that and done that myself. Dude. But yeah, it's so ultimately everyone excited for Armored Core. The probably like honestly every single of us is not even collectively as hyped as G. Shame. The guy is
Yeah,
sleeping.
he's the one who enjoys it the most.
I disagree.
Okay, maybe you. and
You
me
think you are
together.
actually more hyped?
Dude, it's my most hyped game, maybe past Elden Ring.
That
like,
much?
actually. Dude, I'm freaking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like you're more excited
would
for
fight-
that
I
than
would
if
fight
they dropped
G.
the DLC right like on us right now. At the
If
same
they
time.
dropped Elden Ring DLC and Armored Core 6, I would play Armored Core 6. Sorry, Elden Ring DLC.
Damn.
Holy
For me,
sh-
it's not even close.
Oh,
I'd play Elden Ring,
right.
But yeah.
All right.
I'm sure for
look.
you guys, it's quite the opposite. But no,
Yeah.
dude, I'd be like, I'm sorry, it's Armored Core time.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's your game then.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
when it comes to Armored Core 6, you mentioned earlier that you think that a lot of people gonna bounce off, and honestly, for me, Armored Core 6, just because, like, like, Souls things still going to be quite mandatory. I know that at the beginning, they're gonna be such a big hype that all the views that gonna be, like, come in, like, they are going to be huge. But
Yeah.
I have
It's
similar...
staying power you're talking about.
Again?
Like it's staying power. You think Elden Ring's still gonna have like
Yeah,
more, like,
it's
views
gonna
overall?
it's gonna be
Yeah.
there gonna be influx of the viewership, but since this genre is kind of like well,
Niche.
it's really niche. Like maybe
Super niche.
maybe because of Armored Core 6, it's going to be less niche now, but it's still very niche, and I think a lot of people indeed gonna bounce like in period of the first month, and it's going to be a nice game to have on the side. Maybe we are going to be able to upload the content from the PvP, from the 3 versus 3s and so on from time to time, have that side game, but I think like there is no shot that Armored Core 6 would be sustainable based on its
Like it's not gonna have the same media impact as like
Yeah,
Elden Ring did.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. I
I
don't
agree.
think it can. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
That game was
I
crazy. I can't believe how popular Elden Ring got. Coming from Dark Souls 3, what did it have at its highest player base? 100 and something thousand?
absolutely insane. Yeah.
And Elden Ring's like
More
a million.
than-
Like it's crazy the difference.
Yeah, it's only on PC.
Yeah.
And
And that was only on
178,
like, Steam.
I think.
Yeah.
178 for Dark Souls 3 was the peak on the PC.
And that was the first month, and it dropped like by a fifth, like soon after.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, like it was
Elden Ring
crazy.
kept on going, man.
that
Yeah, it
being
was
said,
crazy.
This game is monumental.
that being
Yeah.
said, Dark Souls 3 media presence when it comes to PvP only was most likely stronger than what we have now.
Yeah, I agree as well. Yeah. I think that all the PvP content for Dark Souls 3, like there was more of it, and then there was more bigger PvP content. I feel
It was
like
hard for
on
me to
Elden
say because
Ring,
I didn't watch back then a lot, like when it first came
yeah,
out.
on
Maybe
Elden
you did,
Ring,
Prod,
a lot
yeah.
like clips were a big thing. Like shorts on YouTube and stuff like that were huge for Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, now that you say that, I don't make shorts, but yeah, I've seen like even PVE like shorts are huge, like millions of
Yeah,
views.
those like little viral clips at like TikTok and stuff were huge to just have like the
Yeah.
single clips more than like, you know, let's just say like a 20-minute invasion video where you have all the best moments.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy to see like how content creation is changing, and this is such
Yeah.
it's such a grandpa thing to say, but it's true. It's just-
Yeah, I don't
it's
use shorts
wild,
at
dude.
all. I've never
Less-
made one, so I'm with
Less
you.
is more. Less is more nowadays. It's crazy.
It is
um,
interesting. Dark Souls 2
but
didn't
what
have that outlet either, though, right? We didn't have shorts, so you
no.
couldn't see how it would have done. Yeah.
No, exactly. It was like Vine back then, but yeah.
Yeah. True. I didn't
But
use
what I
that
was gonna
either.
say, Steel, you're spot on with your assumption there. Is that it won't last. It won't have the staying power that Elden Ring has. It won't have that impact. However, for fans of the genre, such as myself, we are gonna love this game. We are gonna play the shit out of it. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, it's like the big game of that genre for sure.
It sort of doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yeah, you're just
We've
like,
been
"I'm
waiting
gonna
for
be
this game for
streaming
10
this
fucking
daily.
years.
I don't care if you
Yeah,
want Elden Ring.
It's been 10 fucking years. We're having this.
I mean, like, it's still gonna be a great game for us to play from time to time. Like, do some collabs on, jump on this free v
Yeah,
free
like
arena.
even though I'm not heavy into
Yep,
that, like I'll
yep.
definitely still do the same.
Yeah, like if they, it's absolutely like this is like we are living in such a good time, dude, when it comes to the content creation for us, because in the past we had, especially like people like that do not have really much of ability to branch off. Yeah, like I think like a prod is the strongest out of us when it comes to branching off. Like
Yeah, Prod has a lot of varied content.
Yeah.
It's also just very strong.
yes, very.
I am very
The
strong.
strongest
Got that
man
bulk.
in the universe, indeed. But what is important to say is we have right now Dark Souls. Well, I wanted to say Dark Souls 4.
Dark
but like,
Souls 4.
Yeah, we have Dark Souls 4.
It's kind of true.
Essentially.
For like plenty of us, there is like possibility right now
No,
to
this
branch
is like
off
huge. This
to
patch for me. Yeah, I'm with you.
to
Feels like a new game.
Yeah, it does. Like we have Dark and Darker for plenty of us.
Oh my God, yes.
IG9
Oh, yeah.
lost. I'm not sure about like Oro definitely. Prod, like you have been playing that too, yeah, recently.
Oh yeah, I think me and Lost might do some today. We'll see.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God,
not
let's
sure
go.
how about
Darker.
you, Chase. You didn't jump on the DAD yet, no?
No, I was actually on my vacation when Lost. Actually, I seen you first stream it. It looks cool, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, I strongly recommend to try it. Like this is another game that, so I did like some let's call it like test streams and also like uploaded something on YouTube. People are somewhat interested because these games are still somewhat similar to each other when it comes to PvP, as you have a spacing, you have like, you know, that the encounters like are here, but this is another game that we can use, for example, you know, to just like spend some time together, like to do some videos together and so on, and people, at least part of our audience is gonna be interested in watching this, which is pretty cool. Then you have Armored Core 6, which a lot of people at the beginning gonna be interested in.
Yeah, at least to play through it and try it for sure. I think everybody is going to attempt that.
Then you have Starfield, which is going to be huge on its own, and it's actually RPG, so like people might be interested in. Then you have Lords of the Fallen, and then
I'm gonna give that a shot too.
And
Are you guys
then-
all kind of interested in it?
and then
Oh,
at
yeah.
the end
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about Lords of the Fallen in the moment. And then at the end of the year, we have one indie game that is called Rogue Masters, that is made by a guy that is huge PvP fan of Dark Souls 3.
Rogue
And-
Masters. How have I never heard of that?
And it is game made in voxels, and essentially it is horde game, but it has dedicated PvP mode that has possibility to play in like 1v1s, 2v2s, 4v4s, and so on. The animations, if you look at the animations, you can literally think that they got yoinked from Dark Souls. They are
What did you call it? Rogue Master? or
Rogue
Mastermind?
Rogue Masters.
Masters.
Yeah, this is another this is essentially the game that's we will be able to all try like at the end of the year. So this year belongs to the Souls gamers in this another way, and it's fucking insane, dude. Like
I see Prod has Rogue Masters.
yeah,
I have it.
probably on the wish list.
Oh, you want this game? Oh, never mind. Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
It's like a little. I don't even. Oh, the graphics are interesting on Rogue Masters. I see.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they put all the effort into animations and the other stuff like this.
Yeah.
And like they even have like in-game kind of
Oh my god, it's like Dark
Tutorials.
Souls 3, but in little
yeah.
chibi characters. I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
know how to
you
explain that.
could you could say something like that. But like
Yeah.
the guy that is like there is like a team of 4 people, I think, that doing this game or something. From that, what I understood, the product manager of this title literally wrote the fucking tutorials, PvP tutorials in the game about what is spacing, what is stamina management, what is reverse
Yeah, no, you can
backsteps.
see
and-
heavily.
Yeah.
It's a derived from Dark Souls 3. The straight sword animations are there, the heavies, the
What
everything.
what's the game called again?
Rogue Masters.
Okay,
It's,
I'm
it's got like a
interested.
little trailer on Steam.
I'm
But yeah,
interested.
definitely, I could see the heavy impact that
Yeah.
PS3 had on that.
Yeah, it's like I made a funny video with funny title. This game is going to kill Elden Ring, and brought,
Ring killer.
and brought I brought some traction because of that to the title among my audience. The guy like on the
Oh
next
yeah, I
day.
definitely try this. Looks
Dude, this
good.
looks amazing. Actually, what the
Yeah,
heck?
like look at the attack animations. Got the colossals, the ultra swings.
yeah.
The guy
bad jumping
actually
attacks.
the guy that contacted me in the first place like told me that like he is making this type of game with his friends, with his team, and
It
Uh,
has backstabs.
yeah, it does have backstabs. It has parries, it has
Yeah.
backstabs, and on the next day, like turned out that the video that I made, I never told him that I'm going to make such video or anything like that. I just dropped it out of the blue, and that video like brought shit tons of people to the Steam page, and the people just requested the
Does it have a release
thing.
date?
It's going to release like 4 months or so.
So sometime this year at least. Okay.
Yeah. It's we probably honestly I'm not going to be surprised if at some point even maybe through me or just directly like the guy is going to contact all of you. But at some point we're probably gonna be invited. to
I've
some
already
sort
been
of tests.
contacted
Oh, nice.
because I'm such a big deal.
You are
I'm
such a big
already
deal.
been
I know.
contacted.
He's
You know
so
what?
cool.
Oh my
Damn,
god,
you know what?
Lost.
Let's see. Oh,
I
I
have such
was
a big
too.
Oh.
I didn't know what Rogue Masters was.
Yeah.
Chase went, no. Fuck you guys.
I honestly don't check my email that often, to be honest, because like everything goes there. You know, when you get like a sub or if you get everything like that. it comes
Wait, you
through
got
YouTube
contacted
email.
through email? Oh, you're such a big deal. I got contacted like a pleb through Discord, my dude. Man.
Oh, wow.
That's the better way. I would probably notice that more.
Oh my god, I
to
did
be
too.
honest. See? Hey, look, we can all play together. Look at that. Win. All because of Steel. I wouldn't have known that.
I mean, like, I'm planning to actually, you know, to definitely try it. And yeah, I wanted to invite you all, like, at some point when there's gonna be some sort of the open beta or whatever. or like
yeah, they
even
say
close
6-player
bottom.
limit, right? That's cool.
Yes, yes,
That's,
yes.
yeah, yes, Dark Souls 3 style.
Yeah, it
I
is.
need to look through emails better.
So yeah, dude, this year, like this at the beginning. So for me, like the beginning of this year was rough because I actually, when the time to kill on Elden Ring was relatively low, I thought like, okay, the game is kind of weird. I probably would prefer like longer time to kill, but I can imagine that like balancing entire game would take such a long time. It's okay like it is. At least like, you know, invasions are somewhat like a balanced, like the, you know, tournaments are relatively fun, so it's good for me. I enjoyed my experience. Then patch 1.09 hit in. They lowered time to kill by a lot. And the requirement to like, instead of like a roll catching someone once and getting over with the invasion, you had to roll catch people 10 times on PC with this amazing latency that we have. It was such a pain. The game stopped being fun to me at all. I was just hate playing for the last half the year. Now we got this patch, and I love Elden Ring again. It is so much fun to me. And then on top of that, you have all the other titles just like floating in, like they are all coming, and it feels amazing.
Yeah,
Good time
it's
to be
an
a
entirely
gamer.
different game. It's amazing. I logged in that update and I seen that they buffed like backstab angles, let's say for example, right? And when I actually landed one as a punish on like a colossal, I was like, oh.
Yep.
It's good.
You don't get blendered for it. It's kind of useful. Like I don't know. It was just such a good update overall.
Yep. All right. So speaking of actually non-updates, Lords of the Fallen, and the fact that I, for once, tried to contact the guy, community manager of that thingy for like I have no idea how long. I'm trying to get us anything, but I'm being like very well ignored, sadly.
Yeah.
It's lost. Have you actually got the invitation to the partner program finally?
No.
Okay, fantastic. I was reminding about all of you, like, because I am the only one apparently from. Wait, Prot, are you in the program for the Lords of the Fallen?
What program? No, I had no idea there was even a program.
Chase,
I tried.
Program for what?
Lords of the Fallen, the partnership program.
I don't think I am.
Oh, fantastic.
Now you got
Like-
me wondering to check like anything.
Yeah, like sadly, I got to that program a while ago, and I'm trying to get. I tried to get firstly G and Lost on board, and then I tried to get Oro, and I think I sent the link to you, Chase, as well. The only person I think I didn't send link to is Prod, but like. I don't know. It's a weird case, honestly, because yeah, apparently right now there was some sort of event in London where people were actually able to play it from.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
From the Souls community. I'm not sure who got the access, but who was in there, but from. For Honor community, the guy that actually used to play a lot of Dark Souls 3 in the days, Havoc.
Yeah. After you told me that at the beginning, I realized I'd seen quite a lot of his videos before.
Yeah. Havoc is currently focusing on the For Honor, but he actually had access to the Lords of the Fallen. He played Lords of the Fallen. He is probably going to upload some sort of video tomorrow. So I'm probably going to watch it and see what's going on in there. That being said, Lords of the Fallen has nothing to do with old Lords of the Fallen. It's worth to mention that the Lords of the Fallen from 2014, it was a game developed by studio called Deck 13, and this studio is gone doing completely different things. And now we are going to deal with Hexworks, that is a completely new established studio in Barcelona, and some other city as well. I don't remember which one. The point is, the guy's actually making a completely new game on Unreal Engine, if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be completely new experience. So I see like very often that people like being like, oh my god, Lords of the Fallen, the first one was trash, I am not gonna play this one, it's gonna be another garbage. No, like that's like absolutely wrong approach, because it's going to be completely different game made by completely different people. The fact like the publisher is CI Games means literally nothing, because they are just that, they are just publisher. And there was like a plenty of, okay, so who actually seen the footage from Lords of the Fallen?
I've watched it.
I've watched
did
it
too,
for the new one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
There's no like actual like PvP or any trailer for that yet, right? It's just the
No,
gameplay show?
no PvP footage yet, but
No.
there is
Okay.
invasions confirmed.
Yeah, I know that I mentioned or I seen that mentioned quite a lot. Is there any new gameplay that I might not have seen? I think I seen the one that Lost. You showed
There was
me a little while
20
ago.
minutes
A
long
bit ago.
gameplay reveal recently.
Yeah,
Was it 8 days
whole
ago?
20-minute thing.
Yeah, and they
It looks good.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
It
it
really
does.
does look good. It looks so
The
much better
animations
than
from
the
one that I
first
saw
one.
looked pretty good.
It's like the only
Yeah.
thing that I am worried about in that one is just like the animations. Like, you know, Souls games are, or more like games made by From Software. You can complain a lot about, like, for example, like narrative being like it is, like, you know, stuff being basically explained mostly through the items, or like some bullshittery like that. But the thing that From Software is absolute top notch at is animations. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
animations.
nail it every
yeah.
time.
Yeah, every single time. And that actually brings, like, I'm not sure, I'm not a game dev, yeah, I have no idea, but from what I heard, like, making very good animations is very hard. So, like,
yeah,
this
like
is,
even watching this trailer, it looks a little bit stiff. It's nothing's gonna look as fluid
Yeah.
as like, FromSoft. That's like my input on that, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks fine though.
But if you are not going to compare it directly to the Souls games that have insanely
Yeah,
good
'cause they're
animations,
top of it always.
yeah, then you're going to realize that this game is looking fucking good. Like, it's not looking bad at all. It's like it has a lot of the potential for like the PvP folks. We will be
Yeah,
able
you know, it
to
kind of reminds me of what was that game that was Souls like that we all played kind of recently? How am I forgetting it? You can, like,
Bushort.
use your Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell.
Oh, okay, more
Mortal
I was
Shell.
going to say
Mortal Shell?
Wallong.
Recently?
Well, in
Mortal
my
Shell-
brain, I
I was about
stare
to
at
say,
games
dude, that
all
was
day.
like 6 years ago, brother.
That was not 6 years ago. Don't
Yeah?
tell me that.
No, just recently, man.
It's like 3 years ago. There's no way it was 6 years ago. Hold this up. Hold up. There's
I'm
no
pulling it
way.
up too, man.
There's no damn way.
Wait,
that
Mortal
is
Shell?
6
Yeah, it
years
was like
old.
2 years ago.
Yeah, get out of here.
August-
It's 2 years
August
ago.
18th.
Okay, all right,
2021.
all right.
6 years.
Or
Jesus.
2022?
I'm trapped in a
2021
time
and 22.
capsule.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. It was good in its own way, but like, definitely nothing can be as fluid as the FromSoft games, unless one day. But
Well-
not for now, they look so nice.
The thing about Mortal Shell is that game literally has no repetitive content. Like, it's like you have no way of there is no way for any sort of the replayability. Unlike Lords of the Fallen, like having ability to invade on its own gives you possibility to just, you know, like have some sort
Yeah,
of
I'd
the
be
repetition.
interested in
Yeah.
seeing the PvP in this actually, like how it would work. Stuns,
I really
interactions.
hope
I'm like watching the trailer right now.
I hope so much that they are going to take inspiration from, for example, Wulong when it comes to matchmaking rather than from software,
Do
because
they have like a better matchmaking system? I didn't
yeah,
get to play Wulong.
like Wulong's matchmaking system in comparison to From Software is just like a day and night, because like
That's where they need improvements for sure.
yeah, like, you know,
FromSoft needs
in
that.
not only in, like, for example, let's bring example of Elden Ring. Yeah, you are sending like a one ping by use of one item. You are not going to find invasion. You have to wait 20 seconds and so on. Yeah, that's such a bullshit. In Wulong, you are firstly finding the list of the players that you can invade. Then you choose from the list who you want to invade. You have like scaling for the invaders, which means that while you are level 150, you can invade someone that has level 20. You're just gonna be scaled down and so on. Like, activity-wise, it just works.
Yeah, that's something that I wish that like FromSoft could implement. I don't know how well that would work. I mean, Souls games have so much to the combat. It would be so hard to scale, like all the magic, all the abilities, your health, your stats overall. But it would be really cool if one day they achieved that, where no matter what level you are, you can invade someone and it just balances you to the level.
Oro, are you still playing Wulong from time to time?
I did the DLC and it was sort of crap, and the
Oh.
invasions have really died down, and it's very upsetting. I
I
feel
see-
like I'm the
yeah.
only person who loves Wulong.
No,
Yeah, I didn't
no,
actually play it.
Oro. I'm right there with you. I actually had a lot of love for the invasions when I was doing them the first time around, but when the game first came out, it was in a really shitty place.
Yeah.
And I think that ruined a lot of people's first impressions, and I think that the games really suffer from that bad first impression. But I did have a lot of fun. I thought that the gameplay would be a little too quick for invasions, and it sure kind of was for my taste, but at the same time, it was invasions. There's no feeling that you can't find this feeling in any other type of environment. So just the hunt, the combat. Yeah, no, I got some love for it, man.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
I
It's
have
a fun little
seen
game.
DLC on Prod's channel, and I was like, holy fuck, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was very short.
yeah,
Very short, very
short.
like, meh.
Yeah, and so, like my experience with the invasions so like the system itself, like of the matchmaking is amazing in Wulong. It allows like for very fast and nice matching, and it's just like definitely better than whatever you have in Elden
Dude,
Ring.
it's great, dude. If
Yeah.
you're level 200, you can invade down to level 15
Yes.
and you'll feel like a level 15.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it gives
that's
you
crazy.
it
That's
gives you the
actually really
option
hard to do.
to like, matchmake, with
Yeah.
anybody at any level.
You-
So
yeah.
leveling up isn't like a hindrance. You don't have to worry about, oh god, am I going to go past the meta, or oh, I'm going to upgrade too
Yeah.
far and then I'll lose all the people. It just, it's one big pool of players.
Yeah.
It makes way more sense.
You have 6-player limit in that game, and your co-invaders cannot attack you.
Yep.
So they are
Yep.
literally
Co-invaders are actually
Yeah.
on your freaking team.
Yeah,
dude.
your co-invaders are actually your teammates. And
You're making it sound amazing.
Yeah,
Like
and
Elden Ring
It
has that.
is.
It's-
I wish.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be
is
amazing.
The problem is like Wulong would require such insanely fucking huge changes to the PvP to make it work, and overall
Yeah,
to the
there's a
formula
lot
of
of-
it. Yeah.
There's a lot of problems. The base problem is that it's a reactionary game,
Yep.
So playing defensively is just like
Most
way
optimal.
too strong.
You have
Yeah.
you also have some insane abilities. Like you have ability that basically you throw a fucking poop at someone, and doesn't matter if you are going to deflect it or not.
It's still gonna kill you.
It's going to explode on you. It's going to apply the poison on you. The only way to get rid of the poison is for you to have like certain ability that you have to go with certain magic school to get that ability in the first place. It develops very fucking stupid and unhealthy meta. And yeah, on top of that, I had a funny situation that this game basically had no possibility to really block people. The best
like block. Okay.
yeah, you cannot like really like stop like invading someone unless you're gonna actually you will be getting the list of the invaders and just not choosing that one guy that you don't want to invade. You have to memorize their name and so on. You cannot just eliminate them completely. In my case, at some point I was invading over and over the same guy that was fucking cheating with the cheat engine, just fucking giving himself the boss moves, one-shotting me with one hit.
Yeah, that's always fun.
It was, yeah, and like it is basically, yeah, like matchmaking wise it's pretty good, but it would require shit tons of work. On top of that, like I had like a huge problem on the PC that like prevented me from streaming that game. It's the microphone was cracking every time the game was on, and so like yet another example of amazing port of the console game made on the PC, yeah, because it turned out that the thingy sends like billions requests for your devices, and it causes the cracking and so on.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's actually there is
It's an odd problem.
yeah, there's plenty of games that apparently when the development starts with certain framework, apparently it causes these issues. Like for example, Mortal Kombat, one of the newest ones, had exactly the same problem. And
You just reminded me. There was a
yeah.
thing in Elden Ring where when you'd go to invade, you'd hear their microphone for a second. Did anybody else ever experience that?
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, I think that's fixed. I never hear it anymore now that
I
you
mean,
talk
on
about like
PC?
mic issues. Yeah, it was on PC.
On
for me
PC.
anyway.
That's because like on consoles, like this game actually has built-in voice chat. Yeah, if when you're co-oping, you can actually voice chat with other people.
Doesn't PC have that too? I thought
No.
it had that too.
At-
Oh, Dark Souls 3 does. I never tried it in
for
Elden Ring, now that I say that.
Dark Souls 3, I think like I feel like Elden Ring, unless I'm mistaken, but I think the PC version doesn't have it. I don't
Oh,
think, at
interesting.
least. Like
I never check
Yeah.
it. If it doesn't, that's surprising. I thought it would.
But yeah, like it's no, like what you are talking about, I never actually heard. Like anyone's
Really,
microphone.
it
Yeah.
scared the hell out of me once in a recording.
I've heard it
someone, like
once.
scream. It was
Only once.
It happened to me quite a lot near the beginning of it, and I was like, "Okay, this has to be some weird like voice connection issue." And then at one patch, I think, got rid of it somehow.
Yeah, it's something like that apparently. All right, so
It exists on PC. Ah, so it does. Okay.
so essentially, ultimately, everyone is kinda interested in Lords of the Fallen. Yeah. Back to the topic.
I'll definitely play through that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very much so. Invasions, man.
Invasion.
Invasions,
Lost
man,
just
that's all
goes
it
where the
takes,
invasion
dude.
Yep.
are, Yeah.
Yep.
It's true,
That's
another
all
game.
it takes.
There is
That's
like
true. It's such a cool mechanic.
That
It's
is
really cool.
what actually I am interested in when it comes to Lords of the Fallen is that you have this thingy of two worlds here. You have Umbral world, you have like the normal world and so on, and you are traveling through these. Like when you are going to die on the boss fight, you basically have like second chance to fight the boss in that Umbral world. You also have like different type of loot. So every map have like a two versions of itself. But what about invasions? How it's going to like
Yeah,
to
like
work
would you
in-
be in the Umbra world or like I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I did
Maybe
wonder
make it
that.
so you could only invade people in that Umbra world or whatever.
Yeah, like
That would be cool.
maybe like someone is like, oh my god, this is my last chance at the end. Like I have to get to that
maybe,
next
maybe
checkpoint.
it's the opposite. Maybe you can't get invaded in the Umbra world because that would lower possible invasions.
Yeah.
That means people have to be like on their second chance.
Yeah, that's
And that'd be so evil.
That would be so evil. Punishing people for dying, they get invaded.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of embering. It's like, oh, you got wrecked. I get wrecked.
Yeah. They wouldn't do that. They're
Yeah, I don't think they would, to be honest.
dude. I really would wish that G would wake up right fucking now because he would have so much to say. This is actually so hilarious. Like in the first place, like Chase not supposed to be here. He was busy. He couldn't. Like
Yeah.
and G was the
I was
one
like,
that
oh, I'm
was
actually on time. I didn't realize we got time doing that.
yeah, and like the one that definitely supposed to be here is G because Armor Core 6 and of course I mean every single topic from today's podcast he was super interested in and he slept over
Yeah,
apparently.
I talked to him quite a lot actually on Discord. We were talking about like how we love the update and like a lot of people have issues. There are some issues, but we were just going off on how fun it was. I think he would have enjoyed it.
Oh Jesus.
you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
Literally though, he snoozed. This is usually I get up around like 12, I would say. I find that pretty bad.
Wow.
I get up around like 5 p.m.
Are you you're in like Central, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, prod you have a normal sleep or do you?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will go
you
back
play with
10 a.m.
Lost, so you gotta be kind of normal because Lost
Yeah,
time
yeah,
makes me like super early for us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Except now because I'm a degenerate and I fucked up my sleeping schedule up. But
Yeah, anytime we talk at night, I know you're gonna be kind of
Jesus.
yeah.
having an issue from then on.
Yeah, that's the European moment, dude.
I guess you and Steel are similar time zone then, right?
Yeah, we are
Same.
we are in the same time zone, and on top of that, we are in the same sleep schedule most of the time.
Fair. So
It's-
it's like
it's-
10 p.m. for you guys, yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember like we had to do something with Lost recently, and like I messaged him when I woke up at go like 7 p.m. and then he messaged me back at I think at 11 p.m. and he's like good morning. And yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, 11
yeah, that
PM,
sounds
yeah.
about right. Good morning, Lost.
What in the hell? I don't think I've ever been that bad, and I've been bad.
Yeah, it's the content creator moment.
Gamer life over here.
Gamer
Night
life,
is just
indeed.
better, though, let's be honest. Everything's so nice outside, it's calm.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think like we are actually went through everything.
Oh my
this-
god, we
That's
did
the
it.
Elden Ring.
We
did
actually,
it.
holy shit! Like
Armored
this,
Core.
this year looking so good. Is there like,
Ow!
is there any sort of topic that you guys want to touch on? Like maybe
Armored Core.
more, more.
Or was like,
Never enough.
Okay, you want to
He's
talk
gonna
about?
see him stream 12 hours.
No. I'm just obsessed. That's
You
all
are
I think
just
about.
obsessed. Okay.
That's fair.
Buff
I think that
kicks.
was like buff kicks his lost final
Buff
message.
kick. Okay. Like
Okay, you know
that's-
what consensus of us thinks there's actually going to be a player increase for the DLC of Elden Ring?
What?
Oh my god, are you kidding?
Are you insane? Yes, of course. It's gonna be like a big increase.
No,
up
no,
there.
no, 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 like 6 players in the game.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
No,
Oh,
you don't think?
absolutely not. No.
I
Damn it.
might
I don't
see. I
know.
might see a new gang city. A specific
That's like
area.
a covenant, right? Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
man.
a specific area where you might get 6 players, and we might get some more war like we did back then. But
See,
no.
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Can we just forsake the like old gen consoles and get 6 players, please? For the good of the game.
Oh
wouldn't
man,
mind that.
like
That'd be nice.
I cannot wait when they are going to finally introduce 6-player limit in invasions to Elden
either
Ring.
They
You guys
will,
are-
and if they
And then
don't
we're
in
gonna
DLC,
have
then
5
they're
versus
not.
1.
Yep.
I have to say that's happened a few times. In Dark Souls 3 to me. I did a stream once. I think I was co-hosting with G9, and when he finally died, somehow because I had that like invade me, like everyone, there was like 5 reds.
Okay.
Holy shit.
It was the craziest time, and we were in the water area of Pontiff, like the lower where the
Yeah,
little
because
alligators
he was
are.
using some cheat engine script, yeah, to allow you to be invaded more.
Yeah, we did like
Okay.
a few community runs where we would let like everyone invade us, so it'd be like 2v4, and there'd be the 4 invaders. I used
Okay.
to do that with a few like people. It
I
was
see.
interesting. I think that'd be really fun for Elden Ring too, but I don't think they're gonna get to that, to be honest.
I mean, unless you want to get banned, then you can't.
Yeah, you'd have to like sacrifice one for the good of the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is tough. But 2v2s, I don't know, they're not as cool. Hosting in Elden Ring is just not as fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really not.
Dude.
It's not. You either 3v1 them or you like 2v2 and you still have like, I don't know, you still have the host like advantages. It's not as
I was hosting recently, just out of the pure curiosity how it turn out. The flow of the invasions that coming to your world is so dog shit. Like
fun. Is it? Like you
Yeah.
don't get a lot of invaders?
I was getting like it depends. Like I was getting at the beginning like invader after invader, and then I see in chat like 10-12 people just trying to invade and they just fucking cannot. Like, you know, the game being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nope, sorry dude, like you're going to sit in your world on your own. Like I checked, like Thunderstorm was of course on, like I turned it off, I turned it on again, you know, like it's
okay.
so
I was gonna ask if it has a timer like Dried Finger in Dark Souls 3. 'cause I know
no,
it did.
technically there is none, but like, you know, just for the sake of to reset the location, you can just say I was doing like different type of the bullshit area to just like get the flow again. And yeah, it's matchmaking in this game is so bad overall. Like, you know, it's really bad. Like this is one of really things that I would
hurts it a
wish.
lot.
Yeah, I would wish this game
Yeah.
to improve upon.
I
Yeah.
think it would get even like a way more influx of people super into PvP if it did have like a ping filter of sorts. Because keeping it under like 100, the game feels like amazing. You know what I mean? Gives it such a nice flow. But we can only wish. Console is better though. Try it.
Yeah,
swear.
yet again, like the moment
By far.
Lost didn't trust at first. He was like, "I'll give it a try." And he's like, "I'm never going back to PC."
Never going fucking back, man.
You can
No,
actually play
no.
the game.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to play on console after Armored Core 6. It's just like unless maybe the miracle would happen, Miyazaki-san would like go down from the heaven and be like,
fix it.
listen, look, those are my feet, and then you have a patch 1.11 that has fixes for everything, and I would be like, wow, I'm staying on the PC. Otherwise, I'm definitely going myself to the console, because like there is honestly, it's really it's just like a good investment. Like even from the perspective of content
Oh
creation.
yeah, you get to play other games as well that come out that are like console exclusives.
No, not even about that. The amount of time, or the amount of the
like how many
invasions
invasions
I
you get.
throw
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the trash bin because they are unwatchable. is
Yeah.
like it's insane. I actually sometimes I even have to spend like 3 hours of invasions to make one video that would be like 20 minutes.
Right.
Which is
Like even for me, like I got bad connections on PC, but I've seen you get some really bad ones. Like I got bad, but mine were like okay on average, I would say. But when I went to console, it's like it's opposite. It's
Yeah,
so
I mean-
rare I find someone so bad.
matter of where we are living. Yeah, since you're living in
North
on
America.
North America.
I guess,
then
yeah.
I
it's
cut
you-
those 3 hours in half, Steel, when I switched. I cut those 3 hours in half. I got a 20-minute video in 1.5 hours. Right now,
Holy
before we started the
shit.
stream.
Oh yeah,
my
no,
God.
I log into PlayStation, I do like my 13 invasions, I'm done. It takes like 40 minutes, 50
What?
minutes to get the content.
That's such.
Yeah, my PlayStation invasions are like that, like they're instant.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. That sounds
It's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah. Like the PC
Yeah.
is rough, man. Like
It
That's
really
for
is. I
sure.
went back because I wanted to. I've been trying to like refine the visuals of the PlayStation because it doesn't look as nice. I'm not gonna be unrealistic. PC looks way better, but you can do some like sharpening on OBS and stuff to make it look very close. And that's why I
Yeah.
went back to PC to compare it, and I was like, oh man, it took me like 5 minutes to get one invasion. I was like, geez.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Like really. I know you didn't play on PC much, Aura. You went to PS5 right away, right?
Yeah, I did play on PC, but yeah, man, it's not worth it, right?
No, you made the right call. You and P
Yeah.
with the PlayStation, right call.
Yeah. I have a feeling it'll be the same with Armored Core, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest, until you mentioned it. I didn't know it was a game that would be like heavily cheated. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But the multiplayer is not a big focus, but it will be for us.
Yeah.
It
So
will
yeah,
be,
you definitely want it on console then.
I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day, but
yeah,
Did you play it on controller, by the way, when you played your demo
yeah,
part?
yeah, they only had controllers for us to play. We couldn't
Oh,
try
really?
mouse and
Ooh.
keyboard.
Okay, that
So
the
it
important
did well.
question is: have you played with the Armored Core grip?
Armored Core grip is a lie. We've
I don't know what
discussed
you're
this.
talking about.
It's not true.
What?
No one's
I
ever
was
played
playing,
Armored
like-
Core
oh,
like that.
come on, like,
no
oh,
human has ever flipped their controller to play like that. They just haven't.
Like if you guys are not aware what is Armored Core grip, it is like you can Google it. It's like someone was beaming in the past, like baiting people into believing that like people that play Armored Core, they flip the controller like by 180
what you're
degrees
talking about.
and to have like access to all the buttons. Like,
Yeah, it's
Like
just,
not
it's just
claw,
not
but
it,
like
dude.
reverse controller grip, the analog with
Fucking
the
lie.
middle finger.
Armored Core grip is a lie. You've heard it here first.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is funny though. It is really funny.
I believe someone out there has probably done that. But
They were
yeah.
like, "Oh, is this better? Oh yeah, okay." Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Actually, you know what? While we're on that topic, do you guys play claw or normal? I actually play normal. I don't
I play
my
claw
controller
when I'm running
unless-
away from people and I need to turn around, like
Yeah,
running,
same.
running,
Yeah.
and moving the camera at the same time. That's the only time I claw.
I do
but
this like partial weird thing where my thumb holds circle and then also hits X for menuing, and my index finger touches menu. But that's it. Other than that, I don't claw.
huh?
lost.
You
That's
people
crazy.
are freaks.
Yeah.
That's how I swap quick.
Well,
I don't use. The
I
index
was
to, like,
playing.
run.
I was playing double claw my almost entire life. Somewhere in
Yeah.
2020, I swapped.
You're playing with your elbows?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, and,
Skill.
elbows and feet. That's how I play video games.
Nice, dude.
And-
Can we get a camera for that?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, sure. Like as we speak, I'm turning
toe
it on.
swapping.
You're a monster.
But yeah, it's somewhere around 2020 I discovered premium controllers, and I
Oh, the back
realized that holy fuck, I won't have to claw grip my right hand all the time because that was a problem like for me. I actually holding the claw for like on the right hand for the extended amount of time, it's legitimately painful for me. And
That is totally fair.
and-
I've tried those controllers and it makes me worse. I don't know why.
yeah, it's because like you are getting used to it. Like at the at the beginning, when I started
the
playing
switch would
with
be tough,
premium
yeah.
controller, I actually was playing Wars 2, and
Yeah,
I
for
forced
sure.
myself to to adapt to the back buttons and so on. And right
Do you use
now,
like menu for your back paddle or like?
no.
dodge?
I always go with the two back paddles or back buttons, and on the left one I have in case of Elden Ring crouch. On the right one I have dodge, and
Okay. Yeah, dodge would be pretty.
and I still do the claw grip on the left hand.
Okay, for
So-
like using
so,
the D-pad
yeah.
for menu and stuff.
So yeah, like this is like the most comfortable for me. And sometimes for lulz, I am claw gripping that right hand, but not usually for long because I'm just so incredibly not used to it at this point.
That's good though. It's better for your hands. Just sitting there normal.
I sometimes do a mix though. I sometimes use, for example, both the back buttons and the front buttons, like for the dodge, for example.
Because you have circle still as dodge too.
Yes,
but also the back
exactly.
button.
So
Okay.
when, for
Yeah, yeah.
example, I want to be absolutely sure I'm going to hit that roll, then I actually use both. And I am
That's interesting.
That's so weird.
I am also like a big. I am actually I'm collector of this bullshittery. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different brands here.
Really?
9 different
Just to
premium
compare them all?
controllers. And
Holy crap.
overall, in my lifespan, I think I bought like 13 or 14 premium controllers. And
I bought the PlayStation one, and I actually used the regular one instead.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
that one is
Yeah.
fucking bigger, and like you kind of hold it differently. I have like a dual dual sense edge right here, right now in my hands. I have like a let me see
The
actually.
PS5 version one, right? The Edge is the
Yeah,
that's the one
yeah.
bought.
I have like a 2 Battle Beaver controllers. I have 2 AIM controllers. I have 1 Scav Gaming.
Holy crap.
I have,
This guy, that's where all the subs
Razer
go. Someone in your
controllers.
chat said. His collection of pro controllers.
But yeah, like I kind of enjoy it. Like it's a lot of fun because like all the controllers have like a they feel
little
different.
difference to
Yeah,
them.
there are like
Yeah,
there
for
are
sure.
difference of them. One of them are, for example, like I have back paddles that allow you for like a better menuing. Others, like for example,
Yeah.
Battle Beaver controllers are like very cool because they have very interesting D-pad. Like every single button is separated, and
That is good so you don't get blended ones where you move up and down. Yeah.
yeah, like it's you basically like on the normal controllers I have like very often situation that I ended up, for example, swapping to the wrong item because like I put the input up but it goes like, for example, diagonally instead.
Upright or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this problem is completely eliminated with controllers that have like a separated buttons and so on. So like this is like a lot of fun for me to have like this type of different controllers and swap between them. That being said, a lot of these companies fucking suck balls. Like for example, I recently I sent back 2 Battle Beaver controllers to Texas so they would fucking fix them. They fixed them, they sent me back them, and after a week they fucking broke. And
Oh, no.
I sent them both of them on top of that. So I sent them like, dude, like something is not okay here. Like what we are going to do with that. And I even prepared the video for the guy, like how I'm using the controller and so on. And to showcase the issue. The issue is like one of the bug buttons was basically double tapping itself. So
I had it with my keyboard once. It's annoying.
yeah, like when you, for example, like it was also the dodge button. So like when I hold for the sprint and then I do like random roll, like it is unplayable essentially.
Good
Yeah.
with the input. Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll
like
ruin
this is basically unplayable. So I message them and they are like, "Oh, our rear buttons are designed to be clicked, not held, and that's why that's a problem." So I'm asking them, okay,
Oh.
like can you do some sort of modifications to the controller then to make them like more sturdy? And they are like, "Oh, we actually cannot. We suggest you to use the front buttons." But like, dude, like then. I don't need to use your fucking controller if I want to use the front buttons. But yeah.
I was actually
Aw.
going to buy one of them, and I wanted a custom mod where I can make touchpad start. and they can't do that. Nowhere can do that. Can I
Really?
please put out
Dude,
a
that's
PSA?
the biggest issue. That's the biggest issue with like Elden Ring, like swaps.
Yeah, you
know?
can't make. Yeah. That's why it's so good on PC.
Yeah.
Because I can use touchpad because Steam has an interface.
Yeah,
Why can we not do this?
Yeah, I use touchpads for swaps myself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yep.
the other button's tiny as hell.
Yep.
But yeah. PSA. If anyone watches this ever, please, I will buy your controller if you allow me to swap those two inputs. My God. Prod is a controller enjoyer. He plays all his gun games with a controller.
I do.
Do,
I like
do you
my
use back
controllers,
paddles?
yeah.
Are they
No,
good for
I
you?
used just a regular PS5 controller.
Gamer
Oh wow, same.
based.
Okay, we're like same. I thought you might because
You
you play
guys
like
are-
COD and stuff.
You guys and your elite controllers, look at you.
No, I mean, being absolutely honest, if you are used to the normal controller, then you might eventually benefit from the mouse click triggers and how that's called, the front buttons, like that D-pad like being separated and so on. That's actually fucking very cool thing, and I recommend it to everyone. When it comes to the back buttons, it is learning curve, and this is not something that gives you advantage or disadvantage. If you are not used to it, you are going to fuck yourself over for a while because you actually need
I
some
kept
time to
not
do.
being able to reach my finger to hit start because I was trying to hold the back button. You know, I was like, oh man, how am I gonna claw and open it at the same time?
I disagree with it not giving an advantage though.
It will.
'Cause
It'll
after-
you'll be
after you
better
learn
off
it,
when it's
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It
I
definitely
wish I would
does.
commit to it, to be honest. I
Well,
want to.
Yeah.
there is a reason why I still use the front buttons, because like
Because the other ones fail you.
there is no like I'm on even on different controller. Like right now I have aim controller that is absolutely insane. So here is a thing.
Aim controller.
Yeah, aim controllers like are absolutely like very well made and so on. And I, for an example, don't use the back button only exclusively for dodging, because the repetitive click does feel very different, and you actually have like you have to put like a more pressure on it than on the front. So like this
Yeah,
is
your thumb can also spam much faster than any other finger, I would say. So.
yeah, so like essentially, there are like advantages, there are disadvantages, but what is always most important is that like, so you would be fucking comfortable. If you for example
Yeah.
you are not comfortable with your back buttons, like in case of chase, your
Yeah.
individual skill literally going to diminish when
By
you
a
are using
lot.
the back buttons.
Like,
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Steel, I think I found your controller here on aim controllers.
Ooh,
I'll
I need to
buy that.
You are laughing. You are laughing. You think you are funny.
I want that.
You think you are funny. You think you are funny, but okay,
Go-
let
go
me
show
let
you
me
what he bought.
actually
Oh no.
Oh, he has it. He has it.
He has it.
let me
Wipe the
let me
controller.
actually show you. You think you are fucking funny, but
Is that the Goku one? No, it's right there. Oh man. That's
here you
funny.
go.
Oh, they actually have it there. That's hilarious.
So
Oh my fucking god.
I literally hold this controller as we speak.
Oh, that's what you're using?
Yeah, this
I
is
was just joking.
and this is controller that I hold as we speak. I also from aim controllers got myself this one.
Oh, that's super cool.
That-
Wow, that's sleek.
Yeah, that's the banana controller is
Dude, I love the banana.
yeah,
I
like
actually kind of like the shape of them. They look a little bit more sleek than the standard.
They're more like an Xbox controller almost.
they are
No,
actually
no,
yeah,
that thing
they,
belongs in the
they have
trash.
little bit different builds. Oh my god, the
Wait,
shots
are
fired.
you an Xbox controller gamer?
No,
Holy
I'm not.
shit.
I use the default PS5 controller for pretty much everything.
No, Lost actually uses Xbox. We can't hate on him.
Oh,
On the play on well, I've been playing on the PlayStation now, so I am
True.
using the PlayStation controller. But I
Actually,
bought
you know
like
what?
a Razer Wolverine controller with some extra buttons next to the bumpers, and they are very lovely for a bunch of different things, including swaps.
Actually, after playing so long on PS5, do you still prefer the Xbox controller? Oh, I forgot to ask you that.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't care.
No, give me like 2 hours, I'll adjust.
Honestly,
I
honestly, there is actually the literal advantage to the PlayStation shape. like claw gripping
For thumbs. Because your analog is with your thumb.
Is it easier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You like basically have way faster access to, for example, swaps in Elden Ring. In case of the shape of Xbox controller, you have to put your point finger on the analog, which
And that's so weird.
yeah, it is.
Oh
Yeah.
God, right.
Yeah, so this is like this is what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird because I actually loved Xbox when I was like younger for COD, and then I just
Oh God, me
Yeah.
too.
right. I think we all did that. for
I think
Black
we
Ops
all
1 and
probably
stuff.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I swapped.
What
PlayStation won me
happened?
over.
I still prefer the Xbox controller for shooters.
Yeah,
like the
I could see
thumbsticks
that.
more.
I could see how you like when you're holding the face buttons, your thumb lines up with it, right, with the analog. That's comfy.
Yeah, it's a little bit more indented on Xbox controllers and like wider.
Oh, you
so I
like the
kinda like that.
concave part of the analog?
Yeah, I like the concave low
yeah,
analog
yeah.
sticks.
That makes
The
sense.
D-pad on PlayStation controller absolutely fucking sucks. If you ever play a game with the D-pad, it's awful.
Oh, like a
That's
fighter
why
game?
you buy premium
Yeah.
controller with separated buttons.
I bet yours is really nice. Can't all be loaded with custom controllers.
Mr. 2K
no,
down
you want me
over
to
here
send
on
you
his
one? I have
controller.
plenty here.
Yeah,
That's
damn.
hilarious, actually. As if you had the anime one, I'm dead. That's freaking...
Yeah, but that's where the Xbox has like a clear advantage. The D-pad's so much better.
Yeah, I could actually see that. I forget, one of my friends has the Pro. Is it called the Elite or whatever the Xbox one is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a good D-pad.
We're getting a little off topic, and I sort of gotta get moving here.
That is fair. I think are we mostly done?
I mean, you guys can keep on chatting. I gotta get moving.
Gotta
What you
mosey
doing
on
today,
over.
Oro? When it comes to streams?
I got a sponsored stream. Yeah.
So yeah, like
nice.
you have that. This is the Deck 13's game, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, and how it's called again?
Atlas Fallen.
Yeah, like it's. I'm definitely gonna catch up on your stream because yeah, that one. I am kind
I
of
will
interested.
give it a
in-
whirl.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably tune into your stream while I go get food. I have not eaten. I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm starving too. I need to eat. That's a
Alright.
big thing.
Is that the
Alright,
game
good
where you
one.
kind of sail on the sand?
Yes,
That's the one.
that's
yes.
the one.
That did look interesting.
It's,
Yeah, it
it's-
looks neat.
It's actually releasing on the 11th, so we are almost there.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
I got streamer privilege.
Streamer privilege, insane. Oh man,
Very privileged.
very privileged. All right, we are wrapping
All right.
up, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no, that was super fun though. Thanks for inviting me, Steel. As always, it's nice to talk
Another
to all of
good
you guys again.
Yeah,
It was a good talk.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I fucking love this. Shame that someone slept over.
Saying that someone slept in, not naming anybody.
But yeah, like another one we can do after Armored Core 6. I think it's gonna be fair.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. You know, I'll be there.
Excited.
Yep.
Yeah, your favorite. Or will be like, I got all the topics.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Nice
I
talking to
would
you guys.
so yeah, thank you a lot everyone, and thank you chat for participating and yeah, listening to us, and yeah, that will be about
All
it.
right.
Bye.
Thank you for the
Guys.
invite, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for having me, Steel. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. All right.
I'm still here.
You're still here.
I'm still here.
Okay.
Maybe
Alright, they
maybe
finally
now now we can start doing all of the
Oh.
sexy stuff, you know?
Eh,
Maybe now we can
Hell
reveal that I'm
yeah.
actually at your apartment and I'm actually completely
hell
naked
yeah.
and I'm actually
Hell
covered
yeah,
in
buddy.
oil, right?
True and real.
And you can
Oh,
get the
yeah.
car battery and you can hook it up to my nips.
Okay, wait a moment. Listen,
What?
listen. It's going too far.
And then you can insert into my rec.
Hello, gamer. Memories broken, rhythm goes unspoken.